kí èèyàn wá pé ẹ káàárọ̀ níbi tí a bá tuntun ti láǹfààní àti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ìkànnì wa ní Koiki Media Live. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ṣe ń tẹ̀síwájú, gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọba Elédùmarè ṣe ní ká máa báṣẹ́ lọ nípa ìtẹ̀síwájú bí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣe máa dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ilẹ̀ òmìnira ti tọ̀dọ̀ tiẹ̀ tí à ń pè ní independent Yoruba government, independent Yoruba country. Òun náà ni à ń ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí tí a dẹ̀ ń ṣe ìkéde ẹ̀ fún ọmọdé, fún àgbàlagbà, fún arúgbó, fún ẹni tó ń bẹ nílé àtẹni tí ó ń bẹ níta. Mo dúpẹ́ pé a tún láǹfààní àti jáde ní ìdájí gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti ṣe mọ̀ pé iléeṣẹ́ wa, iléeṣẹ́ tó kì í sùn ni. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ti sùn níbi tí wọ́n wà báyìí ní orílẹ̀-èdè ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, àmọ́ ní àwọn ìlú káàkiri àgbáyé oríṣiríṣi time zone ni ó wà. Time zone tí ẹ̀ ń lò ní ìlú Canada ó yàtọ̀ sí time zone tí wọ́n ń lò ní Yoruba land. Time zone tán ń lò ní Australia ó yàtọ̀ sí ti China, but èyí tó ṣe pàtàkì tó ṣe kókó ń bẹ ni pé time zone tèmi wà òun náà ni wọ́n ń pè ní Yoruba land timeline tí à ń pè ní 4:23 a.m. at exactly in the 24th of July 2025, day 44 nínú ìkéde Yoruba nation. A wà ní day 44 lénìí. Ó ń tẹ̀síwájú náà ni iṣẹ́ òyìn rẹ̀ ti tán, torí pé tí a bá wo ohun tó ń lọ ní gbogbo àgbáyé, olúkálukú ló ń jà fún òmìnira rẹ̀. Kò ń ṣàwa nìkan náà ni à ń jà pé kí a dá dúró. Bí àwa náà ṣe ń béèrè fún ẹ̀tọ́ wa, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìlú lágbàáyé náà ń béèrè fún ẹ̀tọ́ ara wọn. Àwọn tí a máa mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀, àwọn náà ni wọ́n ń pè ní Scotland. So gbogbo ìgbàkígbà tá a bá ń sọ pé a fẹ́ dá dúró, ẹ má máa rò pé bóyá ẹ̀yin nìkan lẹ fẹ́ dá dúró. Tí a bá dẹ̀ lọ sí UNPO, a rí pé wọ́n sọ pé self-determination is not a crime. Kò ń ṣe crime. In tá à ń ṣe, ó lè má tẹ́ politician lọ́rùn, ó lè má tẹ́ ọba lọ́rùn, ó lè má tẹ́ aráàlú gan lọ́rùn, but nígbà tí òfin àgbáyé tó ní anybody tó bá ń pè ní indigenous people, ẹlẹ́tọ̀ọ́ tí ẹ bá fẹ́ wà láàrin ibi tẹwà tó jẹ́ ìdẹ̀lẹ́ nílẹ̀. Torí àkọ́kọ́ bẹ̀ ni pé ṣáwa la nílẹ̀, ṣé aláwọn èèyàn tó jẹ́ ẹlẹ́yà kan náà, elédè kan náà, aláṣà kan náà, àṣà kan náà. Gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n máa kọ́kọ́ sọ kó tó di pé ẹ máa ní ẹ fẹ́ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí independent country. Èèyàn kọ̀ọ̀kan ní jíde láti inú ibì kan kẹ́ wá sọ pé a fẹ́ gba alẹ́ wa, a fẹ́ gba òmìnira nínú ibi tá a wà. Tí United Nations máa kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ mọ̀ ni pé ǹjẹ́ ibi tẹ́ wà yẹn ṣé ilẹ̀ onílẹ̀ ni? Ṣé ilẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀ bẹ̀? Ṣé àwọn èèyàn tó wà lórí ilẹ̀ yẹn ṣé èdè kan náà lẹ́jọ́ ń sọ? Ṣé àṣà kan náà lẹ́jọ́ ń ṣe? Gbogbo eléyìí ni èyí tó máa jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ tó máa béèrè. Tẹ́ bá ti lè prove pé àwa la nílẹ̀ àti pé àwọn èèyàn tó ń bẹ lórí ẹ̀ ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ kan náà ni wọ́n, ìyẹn ni àkọ́kọ́ láti confirm pé lóòótọ́ lódodo ẹ lè sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ gba country yín. So I greet you and I say good morning and welcome as we embark into the broadcast. Please share the program and invite others to do so as well. Yoruba, ìyàn tí ó ti ń bẹ for thousands of years, kò ń ṣe èyí tí ó ṣẹ̀ jáde ní àná. Nigeria ló ṣẹ̀ jáde lánàá, because gbogbo ohun tó ń pè Nigeria kò tí pé 200 years. And Nigeria will dissolve, Nigeria will break. Time, how, òun làwọn èèyàn kò fi mọ̀. Process, òun là ń bá ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. And we cannot be tired of the process. And there are many different processes and many ways to máa fi jáde. So ẹ jẹ́ ká start the mix, the Twitter space, so that we can crack on as quickly as possible. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wọlé, responsibility tẹ̀yìn òun ni kẹ́ share program, kẹ́ sọ fẹ́ni tó sì nínú broadcast, kẹ́ pín link yẹn, kẹ́ share. Responsibility tèmi lèmi ṣe. Tẹ́ bá support wa lórí ẹ̀ fine. Tẹ́ bá ṣàdúrà fún wa fine. Bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ṣe, I'm just doing my own responsibility. Because èmi fẹ́ kọ́ kọrúkọ mi sílẹ̀ nígbà tá bá dàgbà, tá bá dògbò, tó lúkálùkù bá lọ pé ilé iṣẹ́ kan wà nígbà tí wọ́n ń jà fún ẹ̀tọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá, ó dìde fún rẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin náà tí ó jẹ́ pé owó lẹ máa fi ṣe, ẹ̀yin náà máa kọ sílẹ̀ pé ẹ̀yin ọmọ mi nígbà tí wọ́n ń jà fún òmìnira, èmi náà náwó síbẹ̀, èmi náà máa ń lọ sínú broadcast, èmi náà máa ń share, èmi náà máa ń comment. So gbogbo ala ní responsibility. I just woke up, mo shave, mo fọnu, and I'm here to do my broadcast. Iṣẹ́ kan ni tí mo ń ṣe nìyẹn. And as a journalist, kò sígbà tí a dìde tá ní nǹkan tá fẹ́ sọ, even tá bá ṣe Yorùbá nation, because the world is a big place. There are many things tó ń lọ lágbàáyé. Èyí tó kàn mí nísìn tí mo ń tẹnu mọ́ òun ni kí Yorùbá dá dúró. Kò ń ṣe pé kò sí nǹkan tí a lè sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ lójoojúmọ́ around the globe tíyàn lè máa sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. But gẹ́gẹ́ bí iṣẹ́ táwa gbé dání lábẹ́ bàbá wa Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè, lábẹ́ bàbá wa Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè, lábẹ́ bàbá wa the generalism of Yoruba land, Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho, lábẹ́ àwọn èèyàn ńláńláńlá tó ń bẹ nínú YSDM, lábẹ́ àwọn ìyá, àwọn bàbá, ọkùnrin, obìnrin, ọmọdé, àgbàlagbà, lábẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ oríṣiríṣi tó ń bẹ. Torí tá bá ń dárúkọ ẹgbẹ́ kan, àwọn ẹgbẹ́ kan máa béèrè pé kí ló dé tá dárúkọ tàwọn, àwọn náà ń bẹ níbẹ̀. Kò ṣe pa fojú pé ẹgbẹ́ kankan rẹ́, ẹgbẹ́ pọ̀, and it will take sometimes time láti máa dárúkọ gbogbo ẹgbẹ́. Àmọ́ mo kí YSDM. YSDM is the body. Tá bá ń sọ pé body, YSDM ló di gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ mú tó dúró, tá ń pè ní Yoruba Self-Determination Movement. Nínú YSDM láti wá ní about 52 groups. Ṣé possible ká dárúkọ gbogbo groups? Kò likely. Àti tá dárúkọ àti tá dárúkọ, Ọba Elédùmarè mọ̀ wọ́n. Kólúkálukú play role nínú ẹgbẹ́ tó bá wà. Àwọn tó dá sí tán náwọn tẹ́ fi dá sínú ẹgbẹ́ kankan tó dẹ̀ fi get involved, ẹ má blame wọn. Àwọn tí mọ̀ pé kéèyàn jà fún rẹ̀, ara responsibility tàwáyé wá ṣe nìyẹn. Kò dìgbà tó bá lọ sí church, kò dìgbà tó bá lọ sí mọ́ṣáláṣí, kò dìgbà tó bá lọ sí ibi tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe tradition ẹ̀. Ara pé Ọlọ́run dá wa sáyé, responsibility wa ni pé ìran tiwa náà gbọ́dọ̀ parẹ́ láyé. So mo kí gbogbo wa, mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀, mo kí àwọn màmá, mo kí ìyá wa Jagun, mo kí Comrade Ṣọlá kò gbọ́dọ̀ kú, mo kí bàbá wa Àwòrò Ṣàṣà, Egun Mọ̀gájí. Gbogbo wa tá bá ń dárúkọ àwọn orúkọ kan wà tí a máa omit tó yẹ ká dárúkọ náà, òun ni bàbá wa Àwòrò Ṣàṣà. Kọjọ́ kó má bínú sí wa, Egun Mọ̀gájí ni. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn warriors. Ọba Elédùmarè atọ́wasọ́nà. Mo kí multi-faith, mo kí Yonkan, mo kí ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà, mo wá kí individual. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, forílẹ̀ ibi wa, kàgbéga, kàgbéga, kàgbéga fàlérí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹ́jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Ìtẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. And good morning and welcome once again. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Mo kí ní gbogbo ibi tí olúkálùkù wa bá wà lágbàáyé. Ibi tí gbogbo wa wà gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwa tí a ń bẹ ní diaspora mostly, a máa ń ṣe nǹkan kan tán ní, a máa ń build the community tá wà nínú ẹ̀. We build a lot of communities. A máa ń fi ọwọ́ kún wọn níbi tá wà torí pé àìbá wọn dá sí. Kò síbi tí Yorùbá wà tí kò ní bá wọn participate nínú politics, nínú religion, nínú sport, ní gbogbo nǹkan. Torí pé bí Ọlọ́run ṣe dá wa nìyẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni Yorùbá ń ṣe náà nínú Nàìjíríà. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ohun tí Yorùbá ń ṣe. But tí Nàìjíríà kò jáde síta torí pé ẹ̀yà wa nínú Nàìjíríà àtàwọn ẹ̀yà tó kù wọ́n tako tiwa. Wọ́n ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kí tiwa kó gbérí ju tiwọn lọ. Mo kí wa pé káàbọ̀ sórí ìkànnì wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí 4:34 AM live broadcast òun là ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ohun dá yàtọ̀ mọ̀. Ẹlòmíì kò mọ̀ bóyá a wà live àbí bóyá a record ni. So tá bá ń sọ pé live transmission, a jẹ́ pé live lẹ́ ń gbọ́. Tẹ́ bá gbọ́ lọ́dọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n tún fídíò wa lò, kò ń ṣe live lẹ́ ń wò mọ́. Mo dẹ̀ ti sọ gbogbo ẹni tó bá ń lo fídíò wa torí a lè máa ṣe wàhálà. Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ fi credit to Koiki Media. In táwọn management sọ moving forward nìyẹn. Ẹ lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ láti lo fídíò wa, but ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ fi credit ibikíbi tẹ́ ẹ bá cut lára fídíò yẹn. Àná ti fi àwọn staff wa tó monitor àwọn tó ń lo fídíò wa. So ibikíbi tẹ́yìn bá ti wá ń wo fídíò wa, kò ń ṣe live lẹ́ ń wò. Èyí tí wọ́n copy tèmi ṣe àbí táwọn staff mi ṣe, mostly èyí tèmi bá ṣe làwọn èèyàn máa ń lò. Torí pé níbi tí ìrìn àjò délé ní lórí ìrìn àjò Yorùbá nation, ẹ lè gbá Koiki Media sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́, kò ń ṣe tẹnu, ó ṣiṣẹ́ ìdíbẹ̀ ni. Àní tán pè ní part of the sacrifice. A ti ṣerú ẹ̀ during the time tí a rò pé a wà nínú community tán pè the Nigerian community in the UK. Ọdún 10 mo fi serve wọn àdẹ̀bàjẹ́. Ibẹ̀ kọ́ la fẹ́ lọ. A ṣì ń tẹ̀síwájú náà nítorí pé ìrìn àjò tó bá ń tẹ̀síwájú, òjò àlàáfíà ló ń rọ̀ láti inú Áfíríkà. A ṣì ń tẹ̀síwájú. We are not yet there. Àìtí débẹ̀. Àmọ́ ẹ̀yà tó fẹ́ kúrò bí mo ṣe sọ tó ń tẹ̀síwájú, oríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà, oríṣiríṣi ìgbésẹ̀ la máa gbé. Mo kí ẹ̀yin ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí Ọlọ́run fi làákàyè tí a dẹ̀ fẹ́ kí ilẹ̀ wa dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlú kan náà tó lè máa ṣe dáadáa lágbàáyé. Mo kí gbogbo wa. Àìsùn òun ló pọ̀ jù nínú pàtàgbé dání. Ní aago 5 fẹ́ lọ lù, ọmọ kékeré tó bá fi apá ṣubú nínú ilé nínú Nàìjíríà lénìí ní South West kò likely pé wọ́n lè gbé dé hospital torí kò sí ààbò láti lè jáde kúrò nínú ilé ẹ̀. Kódà ẹni tó ń dìde nísìn fi lọ síbi iṣẹ́, ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ ò safe within the context of Nigeria. How long will it take? Ìgbà mélòó lọ ẹrù pé ó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ kó tó di pé Nàìjíríà máa pín? Pẹ̀lú gbogbo tó tẹ̀ ń ṣẹlẹ̀, ká tẹ̀ sọ pé àwọn ọ̀tẹ̀ fẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà pín. À ń bọ̀sibọ̀sí ìntàfẹ́ nìyẹn, in tó wà lẹ́mìí wa nìyẹn. How much time do you think before Nigeria would break? The breakup of Nigeria is no longer something that is not going to happen. The dissolution of Nigeria kò ń ṣe tí wọ́n máa sọ pé Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kó bọ́ sí. Is a prayer and a wish that is too late. I'm talking about individuals, ọmọ Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, àtàwọn ẹ̀yà tó kù tó wà nínú Nigeria. Koiki Media sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. The breakup of Nigeria, ìpínyà Nigeria. Kò ń ṣe tí church kan máa sọ fún ẹ pé Ọlọ́run ní kò tí ì tó àsìkò. Ọlọ́run tó ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kò stupid. Ọlọ́run ò dẹ̀ ń ṣe alábòdè, Ọlọ́run ò dẹ̀ ń ṣe onírọ́ bí púpọ̀ nínú àwọn wòlíì, àfáà àti babaláwo. Ọlọ́run wà, àwọn alálẹ̀ wà, àwọn eégún baba ńlá wa tó ti lọ, eégún ìyá ńlá wa tó ti lọ. These are the dead people. Fáwọn tó jẹ́ oníṣẹ̀ṣe wá ní kó lọ bọ eégún bàbá ẹ̀. Kò sẹ́ni tó fi force ẹni kankan wọnú tradition. Ohun àwa kan la ṣe ń wà involved in tradition nísìn. Ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ lè yọ wá kúrò nínú ẹ̀. Kò ń ṣe compulsory. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ta fẹ́ gbà kò ń ṣe ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹlẹ́bọ. But tradition wa must have to stay. Just like bí àwa náà ṣe accept pé Islam must stay. Christianity ò lè yọ kúrò. Ó ṣe ni láàánú that pẹ̀lú ìyà tó ń jẹ àwọn èèyàn nílé tí mo rí níjọ́ Tuesday on the èní ní 24 ó di 48 hours close to kò tí pé but fún àwa tí a mọ time tá gbéra tá rìnrìn àjò mo rí pé àwọn tó wà nílé ó máa difficult fún wọn láti break through àfi tí àwa tá wà ń tà tá bá fọwọ́ kún wọn. Kò ń ṣe pé kò wọn ẹlòmíì pé kó gbégbé ayé tó dáa bọ̀ kò mọ ìtàn pè láyé tó dáa. Kò mọ ìtàn pè ní ìgbé ayé tó rọrùn. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n dìde láti rìnrìn àjò pẹ̀lú wa. Kò dẹ̀ sí ìrìn àjò tó kéré bí ṣe máa ń sọ. Ìrìn àjò tó le jù òun ni pé ibi tí wọ́n ń lọ ò mọ tó wà lọ́nà, in tó dẹ̀ wà lọ́nà pọ̀. The enemies, àwọn ọ̀tálẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n gbàdúrà pé kí Yorùbá nation kó wáyé. The enemies, àwọn tí à ń pè ní ọ̀tálẹ̀ Yorùbá, it does not matter as long kódà Yorùbá náà wà láàrin wọn kátẹ̀ tó máa sọ àwọn ẹ̀yà tó kù. Ìgbò gbàdúrà pé kílẹ̀ Yorùbá dá dúró, Indian ò gbàdúrà kílẹ̀ Yorùbá kó dá dúró, Haúsá ò gbàdúrà pé kí òmìnira lẹ̀ Yorùbá kó dá wà, àwọn Fúlàní náà tẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ dá dúró torí Fúlàní ò ní fún yín ní opportunity láti run religion yín peacefully nínú Nàìjíríà. But wọ́n mọ̀ pé tá bá dá dúró wàá ṣe ẹ̀sìn ẹ bó ṣe wọ̀n ẹ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, just like bí Hindu ṣe operate ní UK tíyàn kan accept pé kò gbọ́dọ̀ rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Kò ń ṣe ẹ̀sìn kan ló wà láyé. Fáwa tá ti gbé ní UK for 27 years olúkálùkù ń ṣe tiẹ̀ títí di wákàtí tí mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí 24 hours ní United States the UK government lọ fi ní gbogbo mọ́ṣáláṣí tó ń bẹ ní UK wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ máa fún wọn ní ààbò security. Nígbà tí wàhálà yẹn kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ́n fún wọn láwọn ọlọ́pàá. Each mosque have 2 police officers tó ń guide ibẹ̀ across the UK nígbà tí attack pọ̀ fáwọn mùsùlùmí ní UK. After tí wọ́n review ẹ̀ wọ́n wá kọ́ àwọn tó ń pè ní private security. Mọ́ṣáláṣí kan wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ lé mi ní London. For every time tí bá wà lórí bus màá rá àwọn security yẹn ìtawájú mọ́ṣáláṣí yẹn lọ́wọ́ àtọ́jókòó. Iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe iṣẹ́ shift ni, ọ̀tọ̀lẹ́ni tó máa ṣàárọ̀ ọ̀tọ̀lẹ́ni tó máa ṣálẹ́. Ǹjẹ́ wọ mùsùlùmí tó ń bẹ nínú Nàìjíríà lénìí, ǹjẹ́ ààbò wà fún ẹ? Ǹjẹ́ government from the local títí dé state títí dé federal, ǹjẹ́ wọ́n ṣe ààbò? Ǹjẹ́ wọ́n ṣe ààbò fún ẹ pé bó bá lọ kírun probability pé ẹ̀mí ò ní já sí ibẹ̀ kó tó jáde? Torí pé àwọn Fúlàní àtàwọn terrorists wọ́n accept the kind of southwest Islam táwa ń ṣe. Kódà wọ́n gbàgbọ́ pé infidels làwa náà, wọ́n tẹ̀ like Christian. Ìyẹn ló máa ń yà mí lẹ́nu tí Christian sọ pé òun ò fẹ́ kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá dá dúró, pé Ọlọ́run sí ní kò tí sà tọ́lọ́run bá tẹ̀ ń sọ pé kò tí tó àsìkò, ẹ̀yin ò gbọ́dọ̀ máa bẹ Ọlọ́run pé kásìkò yẹn wá nísìn. Àwọn pàtẹ́mọ́ náà wọ́n fẹ́ new Nigeria nínú ibi tí terrorist tó ń gbìyànjú pé lórí ilẹ̀ yín ẹ̀ nílé worship the kind of religion that you do. But ní same UK tí gbogbo àwọn pastor yín lọ, ní same America táwọn pastor yín lọ, láìpẹ́ aṣáàrí pastor kan tó lọ America tó lọ ṣèjọ́sìn. àwọn pastor yìí tán wá sí UK, yet they are allowed to worship without any kind of intimidation. They are allowed to worship nítorí pé wọ́n ní freedom of religion, and your religion must not disrespect other religion. Ara àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe tó ti operate mọ́ ní UK nísìn, they dare not speak against the Christian. Tó bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, tó bá mú fídíò wọn lọ fún authority máa mọ tó máa ṣe fún wọn. So ìyẹn mo ṣe ń sọ fáwọn tó máa ń abuse, especially àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe tó wà lórí social media, tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ sáwọn Christian, Muslim. Ìtorí pé inú Africa tẹwà àti inú Nigeria, you will not do that in America. Neither will you do that in the United Kingdom and many other European countries. Lóòótọ́, àwọn òyìnbó kan náà wà tó wà against Islam in Europe. Kò believe that Islam is spreading very fast, and which is true, especially if we look at the United Kingdom today. But the fact remains is that the government of those countries won't try to balance the situation. So tabana fe daduro to wá nítorí pé mi jẹ́ Muslim, èmi ò fẹ́ nǹkan tó ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, torí tá bá délẹ̀ lérí àbí tá bá gba country wa ìtàn àwọn lẹ́bọ ló máa ṣe èyí tó ń ṣe nínú Nàìjíríà, ṣe o ní right as a Muslim. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí Christian tó ń ṣe nínú Nàìjíríà, wá sọ right ẹ fún mi láàárọ̀ yìí. What are your rights? Ẹ̀tọ́ wo gan ló ní gẹ́gẹ́ bí religion tó ń practice? Because gbogbo tí mo rí ni pé gbogbo yín pátá, you enter a vehicle that you are likely pé ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ máa jábọ́ nínú mọ́tò tó wà nínú ẹ̀. Because gbogbo mọ́tò tí mo rí tí gbogbo yín wà nínú ẹ̀ then drive, especially the public transport. Mọ́tò mi ẹ̀ mọ brake pad tó sí lára ẹ̀. Èmi engine ẹ̀ ti kú. But ìwọ wà lára àwọn tó ń takò pé kílẹ̀ Yorùbá dá dúró tó lè fún ẹ ní peace within the next few years till a Yoruba nation government start working officially. Mo sọ, màá tún sọ, now tí mo tún wá ti rí àṣírí pé lóòótọ́ kò sí government kankan tó operate nínú Nigeria, especially on the state level, because ìyàn kan ní láti sọ fún mi, mo fojú ara mi rí níjọ́ Tuesday tá rìnrìn àjò lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ bàbá wa méjèèjì, Aláàfin àti bàbá wa Olúgbọ́n. At least mo fojú mi rí. I looked and I observed pé in tí mo bá pàdé going to Èkìtì, òun náà ló ṣì wà ń bẹ̀, and a lọ Èkìtì ní February, March, April, May, June, July, 5 months. Kò test any changes. Kódà mo tún ní worst ju February tí mo lọ. Because you don't have a government that have your interest at heart. But kàkà bẹ́ẹ̀, àwọn kan ní ó dìgbà tí àwọn tó ń ṣèjọba tó bá parí tí wọ́n tán, then ọmọ Yorùbá ní opportunity láti wá decide kí la fẹ́. Interfere kí ló dé tá producer nísìn ká lè ní a better future for us. Aago 5 ó kù ìṣẹ́jú 10 láti lù láti ilé iṣẹ́ wa Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Bí mo ṣe sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, mo kí gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ pọ̀. Mo ń wọrí WhatsApp group, àmì wọrí WhatsApp mi lórí system mi torí mo connect mọ́ laptop. Like I said, there are hundreds of different groups. The first thing ni pé kò sí bí ẹ ṣe lè sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ Yorùbá nation abẹ́ fẹ́. Ǹjẹ́ yín mọ̀ pé state yín, ìpínlẹ̀ tẹ́ ti wá, ó wà in danger? Àbẹ́mi nìkan ni mò ń rí? Àbẹ́yìn ò communicate pẹ̀lú àwọn ará ilé? torí bóyá yìí ti di associate ara yín ẹlòmíín gbé lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kò mọ tó ń lọ nílùú ẹ̀ wọ́n ti gba gbogbo ìlú yín tán Èkó gan tí à ń claim pé àwa la lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ ọ̀pá àwa la lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ so mo kí gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ pátápátá pé ọba Elédùmarè kò ní fi wá sílẹ̀ á dẹ̀ jù wá ṣe. Ṣé dissolution ni solution àbí campaign tí olóṣèlú tún gbé dání nísìn torí bá ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ta sọ títí prior before kí Tinubu tó wọlé ní àkọ́kọ́ bá ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ campaign yẹn náà ní nígbà tí Buhari gan ń bẹ níbẹ̀ dead or alive at least ó ti wà finally dead nísìn. As for reasons while the Yoruba people must do everything within the power to exit Nigeria. But some say that it is not the right time, while some say it is not going to happen. But everybody knows the truth, that the only thing that is still binding us at the moment needs now to be dissolved. Many of us knows the truth, but we are not ready to speak it out. But some of us are not comfortable, and that's why we are doing what we are doing, to wake up the minds of millions of Yoruba people across the globe and let them understand that the land that belongs to us is in danger, and we have to be truthful with ourselves. It is not because of the selfish interest, as you might think, of individuals. It's because they're concerned that we are in a serious danger. Some see the danger as it will take time before it materializes. I am 47 years old. Baba Kito is 90. Igbowo is about in his 50s. How would you know? How much time do you give this country before our people will suffer more? How much time left for Nigeria? Give it another 4 years for the interest of individuals that could not support our people for 20 years. Most of the politicians in Yoruba land today have been operating one way or the other. Teba daruko Tinubu, ẹ dárúkọ Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá. Teba dárúkọ Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá, ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ Fáyẹmí. Benga Daniel is still a senator. Ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ Yayi. Ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ Amosun, governor twice, senator now. And many of them like that. Power is intoxication, and they are not ready to let it go. Agbára tó dì mú, àwọn ready láti let go. And that is why we all have to rise together and take it from them, so that an independent Yoruba country that we want shall stand. I've put up an article that was written by one of our fathers in the United Kingdom, Babawa Oluwole Ajala, part of something he has sent to me in the past that I've saved in my archive. And looking at the write-up of the headline, it says, and I quote, "Dissolution is the solution." Pípínyà òun nìkan tó lè rọrùn. But àwọn wo ló fẹ́ jẹ́ kó pín? Àwọn wo ni wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ kó pín? Àwọn tó fẹ́ jẹ́ kó pín yẹn, kí ni ìdí táwọn ṣe fẹ́ jẹ́ kó pín? Àwọn tó fẹ́ jẹ́ kó pín, kí ni ìdí táwọn náà ṣe fẹ́ jẹ́ kó pín? Ó dèèyàn méjì tó ń fà kan láàrin ara wọn. Ṣáwa ta fẹ́ jẹ́ kó pín yẹn, ṣáwa la wà on the right track? Àbáwọn tó fẹ́ jẹ́ kó pín? Àwọn wo ni wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ kó pín? Àwọn wo ló fẹ́ jẹ́ kó pín? Àmọ́ tó ń fò káàkiri inú Áfíríkà ni. Something will always keep flying all over the place. Two different groups of Yoruba people. Some of us want dissolution now, while some does not want dissolution. It is time for us to exercise the power of sovereignty. Power, agbára, sovereignty. Kí ni meaning sovereignty? How many of us understand the meaning of the word sovereignty? Let's go and look at the dictionary meaning of sovereignty. Ẹ jẹ́ sáré kẹ́yìn yan wa briefly. Bẹ́ ṣe ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa pé ẹ káàárọ̀. Aago 5 ìtí lù, ó sì ń kù ìṣẹ́jú méjì, àmọ́ a ti ṣe 37 minutes into the broadcast already. Mo kí bàbá wa Ògúnníyì Michael, mo kí Mr. Oyaniran, mo kí bàbá Olúwọlé Ọ̀ṣọ́ láti Èkìtì, mo kí bàbá wa Gani Olóyèdé, good morning, and you also say last man standing. Bàbá wa Saheed, brilliant, wọ́n ọmọ Yorùbá ni mí. Ayọ̀mí Kúndáméjì sọ pé good evening, nítorí pé ibi tó ń wà ìrọ̀lẹ́ lọ́ṣìwà nínú Amẹ́ríkà, ọmọ Yorùbá tàtà, Ayọ̀mí Kúndáméjì. And he also went further to say the breakup of Nigeria officially starts in 2027 when another election gets rigged. Alan Conde doesn't like Britain at all. And the reason is clear. Gbogbo ìdààmú tó ń ṣe wá lénìí kò ń ṣe àjà tó ṣó. Britain created the mess in 1914. Fulani are many speaking Yoruba language among us, and their plan for us is evil. Fulani tó ń sọ Yorùbá ju èmi gan ló ti wà. But plan wọn is evil against the Yoruba people. As I move to the quick next people that are still on the broadcast, láti lè kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà lórí ètò, mo ń sọ pé sovereignty.
Sovereignty.
What is the meaning of the word
sovereignty?
The supreme power or authority. Sovereignty can generally be defined as a supreme authority. And play politics pẹ̀lú àwọn evil people tó ń pè ní Fulani. Àwọn olóṣèlú wa ń play politics pẹ̀lú wọn. Àwa mọ̀ bá ṣe máa twist wọn, àwọn bá ṣe máa gbé wọn kalẹ̀. But their own agenda is different. Kò ń ṣe lénìí ni agenda yẹn ti wà ń bẹ̀. This agenda has been there for many years before today. But wọ́n already challenge wọn as we are doing right now. And that is giving them a lot of concern. Mo kí bàbá wa Ọmọjúwà Ayọ̀dèjì, good morning. God will let you up in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Mo kí bàbá wa Niniola Sulaiman, God will help you, sir, so as God will help us. Because kò ń ṣe mi, gbogbo wa la need it. So come and know, God will help every one of us. whatever belief of the God system. I have a sister, every time I send her a message, she's always knocking it off and saying, Madaruko Jesus, Madaruko Mohammed, Kadaruko Amalale. I just don't respond to it. If you're one of those as well, she lives abroad. Allah Akbar. She dared not speak against religion ní ìlú tó ń gbé ní UK. She dares not. But like I said, it is easy for us to sit on the social media and criticize Christian and Islam as Yoruba people. But fẹ́ni tó ń gbé ní UK, you dare not. It could land you in a big problem. It could land you, you could lose your job. You might not be deported if you have the legal status to live in the UK, but it could land you into a prison. So I wonder when Toripaye were against Islam and Christian, and you speak, I don't really madly understand, but for diaspora, let us be very careful. Muki Olani Pekun plenty. Muki Baba wa Peyemi. Muki Baba wa Olani. Ben Muki Einte wa lórí Instagram. Muki our beauty amokwe. And let's forge ahead. And those of us that have joined us on the Twitter space. And sọ̀rọ̀ nípa what is the simple definition of the word
sovereignty.
The definition of a sovereignty, the authority of a state to govern another state, authorization. Sovereignty is a political concept that refers to a dominant power or supreme authority in a monarch, supreme power. And the write-up is, it is time for us as a koto. Odaro, fẹ́yìntẹ́ lọ́sùn náà. Oh, I cite you, our doctor. Ben, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ lọ́sùn. Nítorí pé ẹ ti wà ní ọ̀gànjọ́ òru. I cite you right now. Eshigoni. And it's a privilege to meet you in Africa after 5 years in this movement. Mo ní dárúkọ ẹni náà kẹ́ má lọ máa wá káàkiri. Ó ti padà sí America. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé mi máa padà rí wọn ní Africa. Àwọn sọ fún mi pé àwọn ń bọ̀ l'Africa. But ìgbà tèmi máa dé, àwọn náà wà surprise pé 2021 lọ́lọ́run connect gbogbo wa papọ̀. Ẹ bá ń kí mom sí dáadáa. Ẹ dẹ̀ bá ń kí àwọn family. These are Yoruba people. Àwọn ọmọ Yoruba tata. They are married, they are settled down with their husband, but they are concerned about Ile Yoruba. I had the privilege to meet a family on this trip. And the daughter is a musician. And I was meeting her for the first time. Came all the way from America. And ìgbà tí a wá sọ̀rọ̀ tán engage, wọ́n wò pé ẹ wo ìran wa bó ṣe wà níta. Those are children that doesn't want to come back home. Ó ti tọ́ káàkiri gẹ́gẹ́ bí artist tó ń kọrin. I will not give her details on this live show. Ó ti lọ Australia, ti lọ New Zealand. Ó wà ní London some few weeks back. Ó fún mi ní Instagram page ẹ̀, mo lọ wo gbogbo tó ń ṣe. Mo ní, ṣé lè máa wálé báyìí? Ṣé mo lè force lè pé Nigeria, everything is going to be fine. The parents are in this movement big time. But again, let us exercise the power of sovereignty. This power is what the Fulani doesn't want to accept, to let go. Àwọn èèyàn lè rò pé Tinubu wà lórí oyè and is in control. I have always told you, and I still stick to it, the Shitan of Sokoto tó ń pè ní Ọmọọmọ Usman Dan Fodio. The agenda is real. They might dress in a way that you are thinking that agenda is not real. Agenda tí grandfather wọn fi sílẹ̀ ni pé wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ dìpù Quran sínú omi ti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kó gbà kúrò lọ́wọ́ wa. And they have all the time to wait. Nígbà tèmi àti sister mi yẹn sọ̀rọ̀, the amount of iṣẹ́ tó ti ṣe fúnran Yorùbá directly and indirectly with our own music ní àgbáyé, àmọ́ ilẹ̀ tí ó connected táwọn òbí ẹbí tó connected ní ẹ̀ sí ilẹ̀ yẹn kò ní peace. And this sometimes gives me concern that, do people really understand that, especially in if you were involved, they were in diaspora? Like I said before I left London coming back, I sat my son down and I made him understand that it's a fight that anything can happen to my life, but it is worth it, so that you can take àwọn ọmọ tó wà nílẹ̀ àtọmọ tó ṣì máa wà nílẹ̀ back home, even if I am not going to be around. He has the citizenship of the country that he is right now. But ilẹ̀ tó connected, ọmọ mi lè ṣerú business tó ń ṣe ní UK at his age tó bá jẹ́ pé ó wà nínú Nigeria. Ṣó lè ní freedom of right gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ tó ń gbé labroad? Ṣé bó ṣe operate labroad yẹn, ṣé mo lè fi sínú Africa nínú Nigeria kó dẹ̀ operate bẹ́ẹ̀ for 1 year? Kó dẹ̀ padà wá bá mi after 1 year in the peace? I don't think so. I don't. Just like sister mi tí mo ní mo pàdé ní trip tí mo sọ yìí ni o. Mo wo Instagram page, mo wo YouTube channel ẹ, mo ní oh Lord of mercy. Eléyìí ti gbé Yorùbá lọ síbi tí kò jẹ́ ó ti, because orúkọ tó ń lò yẹn tó jẹ́ orúkọ ẹ̀ gangan tó ń pè lórúkọ ọmọ Yorùbá, òun ló fi operate music ẹ̀. But I'm not going to tell you the name, so don't ask. I'll leave that for now. Orúkọ yẹn ti travel, so kò sí bó ṣe bá rí ọmọ náà, orúkọ ẹ̀ wọ́n máa béèrè pé where are you from? Okay, mo sọ fún wa pé this is the question I am asking myself now each time I travel, because I am now in a state where I want to know which part of it is my own identity. Ṣé Nigeria ni àbí ọmọ Yorùbá? So if Nigeria is not the true picture of our identity, now is the time to exercise the power of sovereignty. Agbára kágbá, kí wọ́n lè establish the part of Nigeria tí ó jẹ́ tiwa tá à ń pè ní Southwest officially be a Yoruba independent country. Ìta ń béèrè fún nìyẹn. Ìyẹn gbọ́dọ̀ mú ìjà wá, kò gbọ́dọ̀ mú ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀ wá. It can be done if àwọn tó wà ní tó ń pè ní politicians, that are deceiving our people that 2027 Ontuni Onabayo, but knowing fully well that that is not going to give us and allow us to exercise the power of sovereignty. We have wasted and sold under the guise of spurious elections over the years. I'm going to read all that now in one block. It is time for us to exercise the power of sovereignty that we have wasted and sold under the guise spurious elections over the years. I think the election in Nigeria, I'm sure you all know, is from 1999. Some of us have left country prior before that. I left Nigeria in 1998, September precisely, in Mokuro, Nigeria. So, it's a election campaign, a election. Tinubu was in exile. A lot of people know him very well in exile. There are families that knows him. Koda trip to Motushe Day. When he was in Chicago. Even up to Remi Tinubu, Liberty, or lose Omo. Yeah. Omo kan ku Ọlọ́run fọ́run kẹ́ a lè fi yẹn yọ wọn. Kò sẹ́ni tó gbàdúrà kó bímọ kọ́mọ ẹ̀ kó mọ lọ́wọ́. Remi Tinubu lost a child. That tells you how deep some people knows them. Afi yọ wọn. But humans change, especially when they have the power. These are family that knows Tinubu back to back while he was in America. But the question is, why does he have to take another 4 years before it delivers Yoruba people what they want? Why must it be a complete cycle? What does he want to gain from that cycle of Obodo de 8 years? Ki ato decided in Tenyamo Yoruba fe. Because Tinubu has a lot of stake in Yoruba land. But these same elections have wasted time. Otigba opolopo asiko. 25 years, remove it from our age. Tabani Kolukaluku, you're 25 years out of our age, because from 1999 till date, we're talking about 25 years. 25 years. Kolukaluku yokuro nino age. That means I was 22 years old. Well, I was in the UK. Because if I left Nigeria in 1998, and into mumi kuro Nigeria, kujupe Nigeria oda. I wanted to look at it from that angle. So, should be after 25 years, Ojeka is okay, Koiki wa ma gbe ile wa okay now. She mo le wa gbe ni Nigeria continuously, and I can live the kind of life I live in the UK. She o possible. Show what in reality. Because into le mi kúrò Nigeria ati mama mi. She problem yet was sorted out. And can that problem be resolved if we decide to remain in another cycle of election? Is that not problem to leave me kúrò Nigeria? Kò ń ṣe òun náà ló fi léwọ náà kúrò Nigeria nísìn tó ń wá gbogbo ọ̀nà Brother mi kan pè mí lánàá. Only a whole family relocated to Canada. But these are the same family that disagree alone. To share program in sorry Facebook page. They are families, literally families. But this family now has moved their own family out to a safe location in Canada. Otijakpa. Wọ́n ní ìyá òun wá ń sọ fóun pé ìdí tí wọ́n ṣe kúrò Nàìjíríà ni pé lóòótọ́ threat tí Koiki máa ń sọ yẹn tó ń share sórí broadcast àwọn lè máa wà satisfied, but now wọ́n realize pé lóòótọ́ ni this country has nothing to offer anybody, and we're talking about 60 million people. Should we leave 60 million people and allow them to just live life? Alaji Alabipe Milano, one of their family was a bit not doing very well elsewise. Eloshi checkup. The checkup itself is going to cost 200,000 naira. Now they realize that I think they have breast cancer. The problem by Dr. Maomi, I've said it publicly and openly that she has been receiving medical treatment in America till date. She could have died without that kind of medical support. She Dr. Maomi le wa gbe ní Nigeria. Is it possible for me to live in Nigeria and operate the way I operate in the UK? Is it possible? These are pertinent questions. Why the Diaspora? She was adamant that this movement needs to be completed. We cannot have it halfway. Because the sovereignty táwọn governors ń lò lẹ́ni kò allow wọn láti fún àwọn ọmọ ìlú ní freedom of whatever freedom means to you. Ẹlòmíì inti freedom means ni pé ẹ fún mi ní fìlà. Ẹlòmíì inti freedom means ni pé kí ọmọ wọn ní access to very good public school. There are private schools in the UK. I cannot afford it. Kò ṣe pé kò sí. If I have to, mo gbọ́dọ̀ lọ fi ṣẹ́ kún owó ṣẹ́ tí mo ń ṣe tí bá máa rán àwọn ọmọ mi lọ sí private school ní UK. Because it's expensive. It's not cheap. But since the standard of the public school is okay, my children, as long as we get them to school before 8:05, láàárọ̀, after 8:05, one miss a big fast, Monday to Friday. But tabatili David gets you tiko itikpe 8:05. They are going in and they will have breakfast. Kò ṣe pé kò sí breakfast nílé. But what ṣe nítorí àwọn parents tó ń lọ síbi iṣẹ́? Kọ́ lè tètè drop àwọn ọmọ yẹn and the gate open at exactly 7, I believe 7:35. So that ẹni tó fẹ́ lọ resume síbi iṣẹ́ á ní access láti lè tètè débi iṣẹ́ tó bá ti drop àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ sí school. So freedom means a lot of different things to people. But it's a shame that àwọn tí à ń jẹ nílé tí mo rí níjọ́ Tuesday, they are still thinking about election again going in 2027. Some of them are being intimidated, we understand. And the worst thing in life is Yoruba nation is not intimidating anybody. Kò intimidate yín pé dandan ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ wá ṣe, but it is giving us a clear reason to why we need to exit Nigeria. That is all we have done. Tó bá jẹ́ pa fẹ́ sọ di woro sí woro ni, things would have been worse than this. Kò ń ṣe pé kò possible láti ṣe woro sí woro. Pé kò possible, ó possible. But ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀ àti lọ rẹpẹtẹ, èmi á dẹ̀ ti lọ. But ṣó wá dá pé àwọn tá náà fẹ́ gbà sílẹ̀ látara pé nígbà tó bá di woro sí woro a tún wá fẹ́ mẹ́ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn kan lọ ṣẹ̀rípò ti di pé selfish interest mo sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn ó ti wà nú ẹ̀ nìyẹn. But because we don't want the selfish interest is the reason why we are doing a lot of engagement níbi tá a ṣe wà yìí. Many reasons why we are still here right now is because we are still trying to engage the people láti bá wọn yàn sọ̀rọ̀. Ìdí tí Yorùbá ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ dá dúró, àǹfààní tó wà níbẹ̀ tá a bá dá dúró, nǹkan tá a máa rí tá a bá dá dúró, àǹfààní tá a máa jẹ tá a bá dá dúró, ìgbé ayé tá a máa gbé tá a bá dá dúró. But millions of Yoruba people right now are still being twisted under the guise wọ́n pa irọ́ fún wọn lábẹ́ pé election tí wọ́ọ̀rí ṣe ní 1959 tó fi rígẹ̀ tí bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ ò ráyè wọlé. Bàbá wa Clef Wolex wọ́n ní they are waiting for Peter Obi in 2027. The lies that you have been sold. These lies has not given you the kind of life that you want, and it is not likely to give us. Kò lè fún wa nígbé ayé tá fẹ́. Tony Ag says, and I quote, "It cannot be changed. Since 1960, they have been crying Nigeria, it go better, but it's getting worse. So dissolution is only way out." Ali te capture èèyàn mélòó gan ni wá within the Southwest nígbà tá a bá dá dúró. The kind of government that will work for us. Mo kí bàbá wa Theophilus. Yes, the website is down. I believe I need to make a payment. Yes, my website, koikimedia.com, but not, the other one should not be down, I believe. And if that one is down as well, no. Koiki Media International News is still up and running. Whatever, let's see, koikimedia.com. Because we have to do other things, but the website cannot be down. So I need to make a payment. That's why it is down. I was at my dashboard yesterday. I was almost going to make the payment last night, but when you have priorities that need to also be sorted out. But again, I'm going to have to deal with that this morning. So and today is, I believe, is it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. So pounds to one. But the website is important. Your subscription has expired. Renew now or your product will be permanently cancelled. So I have to deal with it. And that's why we said, support Ileshe. Because that website has all the information, koikimedia.com. During the Yoruba Nation, content website, you'll find it there. But when we're here saying support and people think, you know, but I don't want to go that area now. Let's just leave it for now. But I'll sort it out as quickly as we can. We are still on the sovereignty, the power of sovereignty. But what if the election fiche irọ́ Latin 1999 in the guise, tobacco in guise, G-U-I-S-E, guise, in the guise that things will be better. Can the meaning guise?
Guise.
G-U-I-S-E. Golf Uniform India Sarah Echo.
Guise.
An external form, appearance, or manner of presentation typically concealing the truth nature of something. An outward appearance. Tolóṣèlú bá jáde nísìn, wá gbé Wàsíù síwájú. No, ṣé Wàsíù tó wá ń play fún wa yẹn nísìn láti kátẹ̀sọ́pòkè bóyá láti 2023 ká mú láti bẹ̀ ká má, because I don't have detailed background how long Wasiu has been promoting. Okay, now I can go back as far as 2015 or 2014. Buhari ti sọ̀rọ̀ àti gbọ́. At least I remember that track. How many of you remember that track? The guys, ẹgbẹ́ Wasiu síwájú, ẹmú gbálẹ̀ dání sọ́wọ́. We love Wasiu. There's nothing wrong in that. He's an artist. But iṣẹ́ tí Wasiu ṣe nísìn, guise of irọ́ ló gbé wá fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. And that goes to all other actors, artists, actresses that have been used as a guise. I am looking for another way to promote or to give you that guise. Àwọn náà dàbí àwọn 419. 419 tó fi gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, tó fi gbowó visa lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, ó máa sọ gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́nu ẹ̀ dùn. Ó lè ní application ẹ̀ bá dọ́wọ́ mi nísìn ọ̀sẹ̀. Then tó bá fi parọ́, wọ́n máa fi Islam parọ́, wọ́n á fi Christian parọ́, wọ́n á dẹ̀ fògùn parọ́. Mo fògùn búra. Èmi mo ṣe ti Yomi. Ọ̀bọ̀ tó ń sọ, èmi mo ṣe, mo fògùn búra. Àwọn tó lóògùn nìyẹn. Tó bá fẹ́ parọ́ ní inshallah ó ti ṣeé ṣe, irọ́ ni o. Lórúkọ Jésù ó ti ṣeé ṣe, irọ́ ni. Guys, òun làwọn olóṣèlú ń lò fún wa. Tá bá ní àmọ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ nípa self-determination, but nísìn tá ti wá mọ̀, ṣó jẹ́ ká tún tẹ̀lé wọn nísìn ká tún máa sọ̀rọ̀ 2027. The guys, òpùrọ́. Wọ́n lò yẹn as camouflage. Ìtàn pè ní camouflage ní òrìdé Nàìjíríà o, camouflage. But lẹ́yìn yìí nísìn, ta ló mọ tó wà lẹ́yìn fìlà yìí? Ta ló lè gẹ́tì tí ó wà lẹ́yìn tí mo dìmú tó wà lẹ́yìn fìlà yìí? Tó bá gẹ́tì máa fún ẹ ní £1 million. Èmi náà tún parọ́ nìyẹn torí pé mo ní £1 million. Tí ó ti bá ní £1 million, máa ti san website mi. But ta ló lè san tó wà lẹ́yìn fìlà yìí? Ta ló lè gẹ́tì tó wà lẹ́yìn fìlà yìí? That is what politicians have done for your life. Òpùrọ́ ni wọ́n. But wọ́n mọ̀ pé tílẹ̀ Yorùbá bá dá dúró nísìn, òfin ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò ní tolerate tó ń ṣe nínú Nàìjíríà fún ẹ. Láyé kò possible. The guys. So, olóṣèlú máa dé ní sani, a máa ṣe ná, ayé máa dá, a máa ṣe títì, ebi ò ní pa, ò ní tọrọ owó. Irọ́ ni. Air freshener ló wà lẹ́yìn. Bọ̀ fi lè ṣe camouflage. But ìwọ rí. That is the life and the lies. Gbogbo àwọn Tinubu, from Tinubu all the way down, gbogbo wọn pátá. They are 419. Using the guise of election to deceive the lives of our people. And we are now challenging them, but the same people that we are challenging, àwọn tó jẹ́ rat wọn, I won't understand because of my life. One more life. But èmi ni máa yọ ẹ̀mí ẹ̀, ṣorí ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ tó ṣe connect mọ́ Nàìjíríà yẹn, orí ìkànnì yìí tó bá ti ń gbọ́, èmi ni máa disconnect ẹ̀. Èmi ni máa disconnect ẹ̀. We're getting there. And ilẹ̀ Yorùbá máa dá dúró. Every one of them knows that the truth is out in the public, because Nigeria itself, according to Obasanjo, Onjokole keg of gunpowder. Into control in the way, Koko Fishanasi release Oloro Nigeria. And it is intoxicated. And they're going to Oma Paramount Kotori 2027. According to Ango Abdullahi, said in a summary in many of his write-up, this amalgamation isn't working. Kí ló dé tí gbogbo wọn fi accept pé amalgamation yìí ó ti gbìyànjú tiẹ̀. Gbogbo nǹkan láyé ló ní ìgbìyànjú. Tíyàn bá sa nǹkan títí ìgbìyànjú yẹn tí kò bá rí solution sí, ìyẹn á padà sẹ́yìn pé kí ló tún ṣẹlẹ̀. Ṣé amalgamation yìí ṣe fíìpù lè máa ṣe work ni, àti pé how much time do you want to give it? So I feel satisfied Tinubu against millions of Yoruba people. The guise. This amalgamation isn't working, therefore it has to be dissolved. It is not working. A peaceful dissolution is the next recourse. But the word peaceful here in Africa is not something that they like. Pé kí nǹkan wà peaceful láti ṣe. Kí ni nǹkan tó wà peaceful tó lè ṣe nínú Nigeria ṣá? Tó bá fẹ́ gba driver license, o lè gbà by peace. Tó bá fẹ́ gba ìwé document mọ́tò, o lè gbà by peace. Tó bá fẹ́ gba Nigerian passport, o lè gbà by peace. Àwọn ọlọ́pàá jáde l'Abuja, wọ́n ní wọ́n san pension fáwọn. I remember at least when my mom, was about to get her pension. Mo rò pé ó struggle, mo rò pé ó pè mí pé ṣé ká lọ protest níwájú Downing Street pé pension mi bó ṣe ń parí. Kódà kí mọ̀mísí mi tó parí iṣẹ́ tán ni wọ́n ti ń ṣàlàyé fún pé ẹ̀tọ́ tó máa gbà rèé, in tó tún jẹ́ kó gbà tó mọ̀, wọ́n ṣẹ̀ tún sọ fún láìpẹ́ yìí pé ǹjẹ́ o mọ̀ pé ó ní access sí. Do you know that my mom has now opportunity just recently? Mọ́tò máa ń lọ gbé wọn nílé, á kọ̀ gbé wọn wá lọ sí ibi táwọn àwọn tó kù bí age mate wọn wá wà ń bẹ̀ bí for few hours, ọjọ́ méjì láàrin ọ̀sẹ̀. Local government ibi tó ń gbé ní pé mọ̀ sí mi pé àwọn notice pé ní inú building yìí àgbàlagbà kan ń bẹ níbí báyìí. Àwọn àgbàlagbà kan náà máa ń jókòó ìpàdé kan tó máa ń ṣe àwọn ìfọ̀rọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ oríṣiríṣi activities. Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹ ní right, ẹlẹ́tọ̀ọ́, ẹ̀yin náà láǹfààní àti jẹ́nu ẹ̀? Wọ́n dẹ̀ ràn yàn wá, wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe gbogbo paperwork, wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣàlàyé pé lágò báyìí. Kódà àgbà tó tún dé wọ́n tún sọ fún mi tí wọ́n sọ fún mi pé driver yẹn time tẹ ní ó máa wá between 9:30 and 10 as an example. Àwọn gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ because káwọn tó wá sísàlẹ̀ wọ́n ní ó dá driver yẹn á pè wọ 10 minutes kó tó dé nílé ẹ̀ because wọ́n sì ní àwọn lè máa dúró síta. You can see the life that ṣé mo lè gbé mom sí mi nísìnyí pé ó dá ọmọ ẹ̀ kó, because my mom is a Lagosian, bàbá mi ni ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú Òde. Ṣé mo lè ní ó yá mom sí ó yá relocate àpapọ̀lẹ́ náà ti wá lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹ kúrò London yẹn jọ ó yẹ lọ jókòó sí Òṣòdì. Ta ni local government Òṣòdì? Ṣé activities wà fún mọ́ sí mi kí mọ́tò wá gbé nílé kó dẹ̀ gbé lọ sí center kó dẹ̀ dá padà? Do you understand why that's so the reason táwọn diaspora ṣe ń sunkún pé àwọn fẹ́ wálé but ilé ò ṣe wá? Ṣe rí reason tó ṣe wà nígbà àyà wọn tẹ́mi wọ́n ṣe connect pé a lè pẹ́ ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ ká pull out kúrò nínú ìlú jágbajàgba yìí. Fẹ́ni tó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ career labroad, oh yes, ó lè má mean anything. Ìyàtọ̀ kan ni pé ilé tó kọ́ kọ́lọ̀ ń jẹ́ kó rí ẹni tó máa gbé bẹ̀. Business tó bá operate nínú Nigeria kọ́lọ̀ ń jẹ́ kó rí olóòótọ́ tó máa bá fi monitor ẹ̀, and many other reasons like that. But fún ẹni tó ti wà ní retirement age, ṣó possible kí ní kí mọ̀ sí mi relocate sí Nigeria kó wá máa gbé Nigeria knowing the kind of services that she's enjoying? Baba wa Tajudeen ni call on arrival, no good life for the older ones in Yoruba land. Is it possible? Pé mọ̀mísí mi o, ìyá Kóìkì o, ẹ kúrò London o, ẹ padà sí base yín o, bá tẹ̀ gbé lọ sí Ìjẹ̀bú Òde torí àtẹ̀mọ̀ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kò láìfù tó wà ń bẹ̀ láfta ojúde ọba kí ló tún kù. Bọ̀ká wá ní ó dà ń pé Lagos ṣì bẹ́tà díẹ̀. Ṣé mọ̀mísí mi ló relocate and live in Lagos State and get even half of the services that she enjoys in London after her retirement? Ọlọ́pàá jáde, ó náà serve Nigeria for 35 years. Ẹni máa kọ́kọ́ san 1.7 million, ẹ wá máa san 20,000 every month. Ó náà ń kọ lẹ́tà sí ọ̀gá ọlọ́pàá látọdún mẹ́ta wọ̀ dáhùn lóhùn. You can see now that election is a guise of fraud against the indigenous people. We released the first audio out that has been recorded on the Koiki Media at exactly coming to 6 a.m. Tẹ́ bá bá audio ìpàdé, ìdí tá ṣe ń ṣe àwọn kan ní Koiki má máa jẹ́ kó gùn púpọ̀. So what we're gonna do now is I will make it 1 hour, even if the broadcast is 3 hours. Makoshi, the first 1 hour audio, ma fi síta. Tẹ́ bá ti bá mi bá pàdé, ẹ̀yin náà ṣe kíni, ẹ bá mi fún àwọn tó jẹ́ kó gbọ́, ẹ send ẹ̀ sí wọn, àwọn tó ní internet. But ẹni tó bá ní audio yìí lọ́wọ́, bóyá understand pé election kan ló máa fún wa ní solution mọ́, dissolution ló máa fún wa ní way forward. Nínú Yoruba country, a máa ní politics tá máa ṣe, a máa ní government tiwa tó kálukú máa represent political party tó bá fẹ́, but the current structure today in Nigeria will not give you such. So please share this audio. Ẹ má jẹ́ pé ẹnìkan lè máa dá gbọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti gbọ́ tán, tẹ́ bá wá jẹ́ pé àdúgbò tẹ́ wà, ẹ ní speaker tẹ́ lè bá mi connect, àbí tẹ́ bá ń drive nínú mọ́tò yín bóyá public transport, ẹ̀yin ṣáà bá mi fi síta kó connect mọ́ Bluetooth. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá wá fẹ́ mọ̀ nípa ìrìn àjò Yorùbá nation tó bá gbọ́ díò yìí, ẹ wá lórí social media tó ń pè ní Koiki Media, KOIKIMEDIA. Ẹ wá rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ fídíò tá ti ṣe ní àwọn àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ nípa ìdí àti ètò bí Yorùbá ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ dá dúró, àti pé tó bá dá dúró tán kí làwọn àǹfààní tá máa jẹ. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o, ẹni tó bá bá audio ìpàdé. So I have released that audio, and that means the first audio is out. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Plan B. It's coming up to 6 o'clock. Wọ́n ṣe pé ìrun àsùbá tán ni. Kọ́lọ́run Elédùmarè kó gbà fún wa, kó gbà fẹ́mi, kó gbà fẹ́yìn, kó gbà fún ìran wa. Gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ alátakò tí wọ́n fẹ́ kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá dá dúró wọ́pọ̀. Alátakò làwọn. Kò sí nǹkan tí ọmọ Adéyẹmọ, YSDM àti gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ tó lè ṣe tó máa wà satisfied. Ẹ má worry nípa àwọn yẹn. They are not capable to stop the reason why Yoruba nation must come. They are not. Wọ́n lè try. You cannot see the discussion between Aláàfin and Igboho. Why do you want to see the discussion? It's a private discussion. Baba Sulaiman, NFRE, the discussion between Igboho and Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́. Kí ni reason there's a very discussion here? It's a private conversation. And that goes to anybody that is waiting to get the discussion. And it's not something I'm going to tell you what the discussion was. There's some discussion that is private, not for the public. And I hope it answers the questions in the minds of millions of people that are also saying the same thing. Africa fly káàkiri. So, clear ferry discussion in Igboho àti Aláàfin sọ. Is a private and the not reason for that to come to the public. He also had a private discussion with Baba Olugbon, but again, it was show to gbogbo agbon yẹn is just for the public. No, kò tẹ́wọ̀ tẹ́ ní láti ọ̀rẹ́ rí lórí Google because it's a private. Mo kí Akalamago TV, Carol, brother me. Ọ̀bẹ̀lẹ́dùmarè wà pẹ̀lú yín. Unique baby ṣe gan ni. So, ṣé nǹkan táwọn èèyàn dúró dè ní ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́n nǹkan tí olóyè àti bàbá wa láàfin kábíyèsí tó sọ? Really? I just say it's a private conversation. It's not for the public. Tí bàbá wa kábíyèsí, if it believes that they want a communique to come out from the palace, they have a strong media that will tell us what they want you to know. And let me put this on record. If, as an example, somebody visited King Charles, Tinubu ti láǹfààní àti rí kò tí láǹfààní àti lọ sí ìlú méjì tó jẹ́ gbòógì nínú àgbáyé tá wà lénìí. Official visit ni mo sọ nísìn. Kò tí láǹfààní àti lọ sí United States of America on official visit. He has gone to the United Nations General Assembly, which is open to all the world leaders across. But pé going to America, we were invited Tinubu officially. As at now, they have not done so. Why? There are many reasons. I will leave that for us. Tinubu has not also been invited on official visit to the United Kingdom. Don't be in the UK. Odimeji. And the third one is Tinubu has not been invited by King Charles. Odimeta. Nígbà tí King Charles tó di ọba, nígbà tí ìyá ẹ̀ kú, ìyẹn Queen Elizabeth, the first African president tí King Charles fún ní red carpet, tó ń pè ní royal visit, because in tó bá ti ní wọ́n roll out red carpet fún èèyàn, á jẹ́ pé official, kò ń ṣe pé ẹni ẹ̀ kàn pass through wọn àwọn ọlọ́pàá pé kó wá South Africa ni. Why I don't know. Tó ti jẹ́ pé South Africa ni wọ́n mú as against Nigeria, because ìyẹn a máa rò pé ó yẹ kí ẹni tó yẹ kó gba visit yẹn òun ni Tinubu, because nǹkan méjì ni Tinubu ṣe jẹ́ president nígbà yẹn, King Charles ìjọba, so àwọn méjèèjì line South African president is not who ṣe jẹ́ president. But I don't want to go into why or reasons. I will leave that for us to work it in our kí ló lè fà tí ìlú méjì tó jẹ́ ìlú gbòógì lágbàáyé lẹ́ni UK àti America. Tinubu ti fẹ́ parí first tenure. Kò dẹ̀ sẹ́ni reason tó lè sọ pé àwọn ò ní slot láti fún Tinubu pé máa bọ̀ wá yọjú sí wa. They can't, but they are not doing so. The question is why? Kí ni Tinubu ṣe fún UK àti America tí wọ́n invited officially till now, till date? Ṣó dìgbà tí Tinubu bá di president ní second tenure, which our Yoruba nation ò fẹ́, tó dé àwa fẹ́ kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kó ti dúró before that time. Mo kí ẹ brother mi Abiodun George. Mo kí àwa Esther Adépéjú. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin grandma. So mo kàn fẹ́ padà sí ìbéèrè tí bàbá wa ń béèrè pé àwọn fẹ́ gbọ́n tí Aláàfin àti olóyè sọ. Olóyè ò ń ṣe just an ordinary person as many of you might think. Olóyè nìyẹn, Ìgbòho nìyẹn. No, he has gone past that stage now. Ṣé a máa yẹpẹrẹ Aláàfin náà ni? No. So if that meeting that went between them and they have not released statement to say intawa solele, but àwa ti ṣàlàyé fún yín pé intolóyè lọ solele. Ẹ wá nẹfẹ ṣé fídíò yẹn fún video evidence ni àbí báwo àbí ẹkọ fẹ́ mọ̀ tó sọ, which is okay, but intolóyè lọ sọ fún wọn àti sọ fún yín. He went there for security and also to say, look, kí ni mo ṣe? The same thing tí wọ́n lọ sọ fún bàbá wa Olúgbọ́n náà ni. But that one was in a confinement of a private conversation. And that's all I can say. I was there up to some extent, and that's all I can say. Because Musa Sofonpe Kabiyesi recognized Koiki Media when they wanted to introduce me officially to him. He says, I know Koiki Media very well. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́, mo dẹ̀ kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá. Mo kí bàbá wa náà Olúgbọ́n, mo dẹ̀ kí wa pé ìtẹ̀síwájú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá òun náà la ṣì ń bá lọ. And we are not going to give up our right to self-determination, to satisfy the politicians. And that's why the topic this morning is still focusing around reason why we want an independent Yoruba country. And having an independent Yoruba country gives us a lot of opportunities. The first opportunity is that we would have access to our language, Mokin grammar, Yawa comfort, Adile Yakaboma. A lot of you don't receive notification. It is deliberate by the social media because the power that comes out from my mouth, it will do a lot of impact. So every now and then they are reducing, the message from going out. That is why we also say, tell about a love, a share, comment, get about share program here. Call it Dibito Yakode. Moshiki gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa pátá láyọ̀ ẹnì kankan sílẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹni tó jáde. Àtẹni tó hùn tó yẹ kó jáde tí ìdí kan àbí ìdí kejì. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n náwó tó nára. The work is still an ongoing and we are not going to stop our reasons why ilẹ̀ Yorùbá gbọ́dọ̀ dá dúró. Those reasons is still why we are doing Yoruba Nation. So mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí. Going back to the conversation, dissolution, it is time to exercise the power of sovereignty. Bashen Kalola Tenkon. As Ango Abdullahi said, amalgamation is not working and it's not likely to work. Election in Nigeria is designed to fail. Election in Nigeria is programmed to fail. And that's why Baba Olowo was not given the opportunity to rule officially in Nigeria. Because Britain rigged election in 1959. Eshegoni Grammar Comfort, Mokima. One more, to one more, Kuti Baba Olowo, to ban that power. But now we understand that, oh, the power here. Yes, the power is currently with Bola Tinubu right now. But what is he going to do with it? Láti fi ran ọmọ Yorùbá lọ́wọ́. Does Tinubu need a second term? I don't think so. But again, I want to argue pé Tinubu need a second tenure. Benny, Eshegonima. We'll be back again in Yoruba land very soon. And we have not left Yoruba land because Yoruba land is our own. And it is so many times. We are not terrorists, we are not criminals. In time, bere fun, àwọn ará Scotland is not bere fun. But we understand the situation in Africa, mostly in Nigeria, where many people are not comfortable with dissolution. It is time to exercise the power of sovereignty. And that's what we are doing so that our right to self-determination, it is the time to exercise the power of sovereignty. Òun ni àkọlé ètò tèní láti bí wákàtí kan àbọ̀ láti wà lórí ìkànnì tí a ti bá gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá sọ̀rọ̀. We said a lot yesterday, and I'm asking again, it is still 100% possible to have a Yoruba country before 2027, subject to more of us unite and ready. But not everything can be discussed on a social media until it is ripe enough. But I won't come meet about what discuss, just like people started talking about àwọn kan tẹ̀ náà wọ́n disassociate ara wọn from the passport tó ṣe ìgbà tẹ́ disassociate ti ara yín kọ́. Àwọn sí lára àwọn tó ṣe passport o kọ́ má kà wọ́n mọ́ o. It's because we are still trying to do things according to the book. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, torí pé a ṣì ń ṣe ìtàn ṣe yìí, a fẹ́ ṣe according to the book. Tá a bá ṣe according to the book, a ti mú ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀ díẹ̀ wá. Wọ́n ní ara ọ̀rọ̀rùn, ara ọ̀rọ̀ ìdíyẹ. Àbí ṣé mo right? Ẹ̀yin ìyá wa, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa, ẹ má bínú pé mò ń pòwe níwájú yín mò tó bẹ́ẹ̀. Torí a ṣì ń ṣe according to the book ni, ìyẹn ló ń ṣe jẹ́ káwọn kan máa sọ pé yẹn ta ló rán yín ṣe kẹ́ lọ ṣe passport ṣe àti ní country wa. Ẹ nítorí pé à ń ṣe nǹkan according to the book ni, tá a bá ṣe according to the book ni. Tó bá jẹ́ pé fi dídẹ̀ mi nìkan, mo sọ pé tó bá fi dídẹ̀ mi nìkan, ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ yìí á ti kọjá stage yẹn. Sòrò ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń jáde tẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ kábàkábà yẹn, ní tébẹ̀ láti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Syria gan tó pè ní terrorist, leader wọn ti pàdé Donald Trump now. David Lammy ti lọ sí Syria now. They are working with the Syrian government now. December, wọ́n ṣe ìparakùn yẹn ní terrorist. Tó bá yẹ kó fi ọ̀rọ̀ decision making lémi nìkan lọ́wọ́. Ara òrókùn, ara òró adìyẹ, ẹ ṣé gan grandma, nígbà tí mo náwọn àgbàlagbà tó wà lórí oyè, tó wà lórí ìkànnì wá máa ṣàlàyé fún mi dáadáa. Ara òrókùn, ara òró adìyẹ. Tó bá fẹ́ kó fi dídẹ̀ mi nìkan. Ìtẹ́ mi sọ fún àwọn bàbá ní 2021 àti Ìgbòho. Tó bá yẹ pé I take action yẹn ni, but I am not the leader. I am just one out of many of you that want the process done. Wọ́n ṣe passport yẹn kan sọ pé yẹn ta ló fún wa láṣẹ ẹgbẹ́. Ta ló fún Britain láṣẹ láti pè mí ní Nàìjíríà? Ṣé àwọn go according to the book nígbà tó ń pè wá ní Nàìjíríà? And I don't want to come and be doing program now because I just want to do what I want to do and just leave it. Just do your program and leave all the the languages that you say on the broadcast. Tó bá fi gbọ́ kó gbọ́ tó bá gbọ́ problem tí nìyẹn. Ìyà kúkú jẹ mí náà. Ṣé yà ń jẹ Ìgbòho ni? Púpọ̀ nínú ìyà ń jẹ. Ìyà ni mo rí ní gbogbo ìgbà tí mo wálé ní Tuesday. Ìyà burúkú lẹ ń jẹ. Just the basic motorway toilet pé ìgbẹ́ ń gbọ́n yàn fi yà síbi tó máa yàgbẹ́ sí kò sí. Tí bá páàkì tí mo yàgbẹ́ sẹ́gbẹ́ igbó tí tẹ́jọ bá gé mi yẹn kọ́. Ṣé yẹn normal? Ṣé society tó normal ni? Kíyàn máa drive after 2 hours kó bọ́ sẹ́gbẹ́ títí kó máa bá síbẹ̀. Ṣé yẹn normal? Ṣé yẹn ti mọ̀ pé ìlú yẹn orí ọ̀pẹ ìlú tó normal nìyẹn náà? Ìyẹn ni ọ̀ṣẹ́ wọ́n sọ fún mi pé ìlú yẹn ni kémi wá gbé. Mo bọ̀ wá gbé ń bẹ̀. Màá fi odindi UK sílẹ̀, màá gbé nínú ìlú tó ní respect. And I want to be very calm, so because mo ti realize pé as mo ṣe máa sọ pé àwọn tó ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn wọ́n understand nǹkan tó ń sọ. Ìyà ló ń jẹ lójoojúmọ́, ìyà inú ìyà lẹ́wà. Inú ìyà gidi. Àwọn ẹni tó máa ra Mecca fún wa, a fẹ́ lọ sí Hajj. Kí ló dé tó lè ṣiṣẹ́ tí ẹ kó rówó kó lọ sí Hajj fún rẹ? Why does the politician have to send you to Hajj? Alálàájì, a máa fún ẹ ní Mecca ní next year. Wà wá forí yàn fi vote fún wọn. Ìyà burúkú ni mo rí throughout tí mo fi kúrò nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Níjọ́ Tuesday, ìyà bàbá ńlá ìyà tó bá mọ̀ tán pè ní bàbá ńlá ìyà lẹ́ ń jẹ. Mo sorry láti bí ṣe lè explain it fún àwọn tó wà ní diaspora ni because àwọn tó wà ní diaspora àwọn kan rò pé bóyá ẹ gbádùn ìyà burúkú lẹ́ ń jẹ. Bàbá ńlá ìyà ọmọ tán pè ní ìyà ṣége banza ìyà lẹ́ ń jẹ nílé. Èèyàn lè gbé níbẹ̀ kó live a long life lóòótọ́. Mo sùn tí láti ìjọ Tuesday gbogbo ara ló ń ròyàn. Ṣé I can travel abroad ni? Ṣèbí mi lọ night coach, mo lọ bá kíní Mayegun ní Scotland. Mo tẹ̀ mọ̀ pé mo travel and that's about almost 13 hours drive. A lọ lálẹ́ láti London Victoria coach station. Mo dé Glasgow, mo pe Mayegun pé mo ti wà round o. Hotel tí máa lọ, mo lọ sùn síbẹ̀ ìgbà tó dẹ̀ dàárọ̀, ó wá gbé mi. Mo dẹ̀ tún padà sílé. Ìyẹn ni wọ́n ṣe wọ́n sọ pé òríyá gbogbo ẹ má yẹ kí Délé Momodu máa parọ́ fún yín pẹ̀lú gbogbo nonsense tó ń show lórí ovation tó máa ń show yẹn pé àwọn èèyàn ń gbádùn àwọn olówó ló ń gbádùn o gbogbo tó Délé Momodu ń show fún yín olówó ni o tẹ́bi bá wà Nàìjíríà tẹ́bi bá ń show tí ó yẹ kí n máa show ẹ mọ̀ pé yà ń já wọn yan. Grandma Comfort Adele, when I travel in May for 1 month, when it's like hellfire. So I pity a young Yoruba tẹ̀sí ń sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn olóṣèlú ló máa wá bá wa ṣe. Mo ń wá àwọn schools láti bí a ṣe ń drive ẹ̀mọ̀ àwọn tíbi kan wà máa wá àwọn ṣé school lélẹ̀. Lógùn State ní Ìbàdàn ní lọ́nà Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ ní àwọn ọgbà àwọn school mo wo ṣé Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ kíní kan LAUTECH mo rí ọgbà àwọn dáadáa but just looking at the environment ọlọ́kadà kọ́ wa sùn lọ rẹpẹtẹ gbogbo ẹ̀rí yamayama yánmọ́yánmọ́ ṣé life nìyẹn That's not life. You're all living in bondage. And that's what the politicians are excited about. Bondage yẹn làwọn fi yẹ ká release ara wa, because mo lè sọ pé a fẹ́ release yín is a wrong statement to use. Because èmi náà lè máa ọmọ mi wálé nísìn kọ́ wa máa school ní Nàìjíríà. Àwọn kan ní àwọn ọmọ ẹ má ṣe mistake nonsense yẹn o. Ẹ kọ́ ọmọ kúrò l'Amẹ́ríkà náà. Ó better kẹ́ kọ́ wọn lọ sí another African country. Ẹ má kó wọn lọ Nàìjíríà o. Kọ́ ẹ torí kò fẹ́ discipline ọmọ ẹ. Wà á yọ kúrò ní Amẹ́ríkà lọ́wọ́ wa ń gbùbọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà. Inú yàn ṣe country. Ẹ rántí boy kan tí wọ́n pa just raising mo rí ó tó jọ́ mẹ́ta. Ṣàlàfíà lẹ́wà. Mo rí for a while. Don't put your children at risk. Ó better kẹ́ mọ̀ tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe bóyá máa switch iṣẹ́ tẹ́ ń ṣe ní UK ni. Àbí kẹ́ bẹ Ọlọ́run, kẹ́ bẹ alálẹ̀. Káwọn ọmọ yín ẹ mọ̀ pé mo rí àwọn tó máa ń wọlé dáadáa àrí tó jẹ́ mẹ́ta. Bọ́ mo mọ̀ pé ẹ busy náà ni. Ní àwọn ọmọ kúrò lábúrọ̀dẹ̀ náà mo lọ sí ṣé Sylvester lọmọ yẹn tó pa ní ìyẹ́ náà kú ní láìpẹ́ yìí. No justice. Mohbad ní àrí justice. Ìlú yẹn ni wọ́n wá ń sọ pé Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà. Orúkọ Ọlọ́run dàbí òmùgọ̀ ni. Ṣọ́lọ́run ló máa wá ṣe títì fún yín. Mo sọ fún brother mi lánàá tó pè mí láti London. And hustle, which is good. So tó bá wá make owó yẹn tán, níbo ló ti máa tọ́jú ẹ̀ tí o bá sick. Gbogbo yín máa sọ pé and hustle. I am soapy, ó tó jọ́ mẹ́ta. And hustle, and hustle, and hustle. Mo rí láàárọ̀ yẹn, àwọn kan set up. Go funny, but it's just a stupid thing to, Báńkì ṣe máa wà tẹ́ máa wá ní ẹ̀rọ owó gbà nínú máṣíìnì báńkì ẹ wá lọ ń gbowó lórí POS. Ṣó normal? Wọ́n á sọ ní the business ẹni ẹ̀mú ṣáàrí tó ń ṣe kíọ̀sì gbogbo ẹ̀ náà bí pákó báyìí. Bí a bàbá Ìjẹ̀bú dẹ̀ ní kíní yẹn kò yé mi bọ̀ rẹ́ẹ̀dì ní báyìí bọ̀ mo pèlè pé POS ni. Kò mọ̀ pé bàbá Ìjẹ̀bú náà àwọn kan máa ń ta bíi àwọn kan náà ń play lottery London àwọn tó ń play lottery London bá fara wé ẹni tó play lottery àti ìwọ tó ń play bàbá Ìjẹ̀bú pé wàá jẹ irọ́ ló ń pa ọ́ tí wọ́n fẹ́ bàbá Ìjẹ̀bú gan gbàdúrà kó jẹ fact ló ń gbọ́ lẹ́nu mi yẹn gbogbo àwọn betting shop yìí yẹn wọ́n ti program ti Nàìjíríà wọ̀ ti UK tó bá ta tẹ́tẹ́ ẹ ṣe èmi ò bá wọn ta o mo ta tẹ́tẹ́ rí lọ́hùn mo gbowó lórí football rí. I've lived in the UK for 27 years. Mo gbowó lé pé Tottenham máa win ní kíni kàn mí pẹ̀lú yẹn. For 27 years. I never put money on the spot. Pé yẹn kan máa jẹ Formula 1. But in Nigeria, wọ́n ní jẹ́ kó jẹ owó yẹn gan tó bá possible. Tó bá tẹ̀tù wá jẹ owó yẹn gan àwọn tó ń bọ̀ wá pa ẹ nínú ilé wa. Àwọn èèyàn ń jẹ lottery náà ní UK. Tọ́dẹ̀ ẹlòmíì máa ní kọ́ dárúkọ wọn, ẹlòmíì dẹ̀ máa ní kọ́ má dárúkọ wọn. So Nigeria is not, is not a country that you can be proud of. Ìyẹn mo ṣe máa ń sọ fún yín. I am traveling, ó dẹ̀ mẹ́ta tí mo ti wá sí Africa nínú ọdún yìí. Now I question when I get to the airport pé ẹ wo gbogbo èrò bó ṣe wà níbàyẹn nísìnyí. Ẹ̀yà kan náà kọ́ ni gbogbo wọn. Elédè ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni wọ́n. But àwa máa wá present Nigerian passport. Àwa máa wó Nigerian passport yẹn pé passport yẹn. Ẹ̀yà mélòó ló wà nù passport tó gbé dání? Èmi fi surname tiwa fi represent ìlú tí kò ń ṣe tiwa. That's the way I see it now. So make sense. Kò gbé Nigerian passport dání nísìnyí kò wá máa sọ pé I am in Nigeria. That means pé o represent Igbo, o represent Fulani, o represent Hausa. But about any passport tiwa tó jẹ́ ti Yoruba passport tiwa and represent ìran wa nìyẹn. But ẹ fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. So irọ́ tó tún gbé kalẹ̀ nísìnyí pé 2027 gbogbo ẹ máa dán mọ́rán. Ọmọ kì í ṣèdí bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀. ilẹ̀kẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ gbé sídi Tinubu báyìí nísìnyí wọ́n ti já mọ́ lọ́wọ́ báyìí o ta ló máa wá bá tó ilẹ̀kẹ̀ yẹn padà beat ilẹ̀kẹ̀ lélẹ̀ báyìí nísìnyí planet ni gbogbo kìíní tó ń wò yìí oríṣiríṣi planet ni and planet are energy tó bá dẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀kẹ̀ má já sí bí má já sí bí ibì kan náà ló máa padà já sí. Why should he continue to push against the opposite, knowing fully well that the only option tó wà lórí table òun ni dissolution, kólúkálùkù dá dúró, ìyẹn ò ṣe crime. Àgbà yìí ń bẹ ni but kò ready láti ṣe yẹn because ó mọ̀ pé agenda yẹn ó yàtọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ ṣe gan ni bàbá wa wọ́n ní Mr. Koiki, you are saying the truth. It is truly a program here for the indigenous of the country. Our indigenous people, our Yoruba gbogbo la ń jìyà yẹn jù. Mo sọ mo ní mo rí gbogbo àwọn àgbẹ̀ tó ń gbé nǹkan oko àtẹ̀rí kan bí aka ọkọ̀ nínú báskẹ̀tì báyìí mo wo mọ́tò yẹn títí báyìí gbogbo àná la máa ń rìn náà tá a bá lọlé. Lagos ní kọ́kọ́ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá o jẹ́rẹ́ lómi wọn wá àtàbá ti dé Lagos State everything work no tó bá fẹ́ mọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wà á dé Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. Yes, you know, places are being opened up, but I'm talking about no kò sí development kankan. From what I saw on Tuesday, don't be deceived, kò sí development ẹ̀yọ kan bam mo ò dé Lagos o but yìí tí mo gbà kọjá kò sí development kankan. All I say is smelly, I don't know. So bí ìyà yẹn wá táwọn èèyàn lọ́rùn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ni I don't know. We know that olóṣèlú intimidate yín, we understand that. But reason tó ṣe intimidate yín ni pé if we pull together, it will be very difficult for them. Ó máa kò ní rọ̀ wọ́n lọ́rùn. Because gbogbo àwọn ìyá ọlọ́jà yẹn pátá nísìn wọ́n tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ má dìbò fún Tinubu ní 2027. Because wọ́n ti sọ fún wọn pé source of income wọn yẹn àwọn máa paná ẹ̀mọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́, wọ́n máa gbọ́jà lọ́wọ́ wọn. But if we all stand together, we can tell them that fẹ́ jà but ní dìbò fún yín torí pé Yorùbá country la fẹ́. Ẹ má bínú mo kí gbogbo aago mẹ́fà tí láìpẹ́ nísìnyí ilẹ̀ yẹn máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí bright up the beauty of Africa and bí a torí àṣewà ní ṣé rainy season láwà, you know, it's quite calm in Africa and it's beautiful to be here as well. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa káàkiri gbogbo bí tẹ́ ti ń gbọ́ ìkànnì Koiki Media. A ṣì ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí dissolution. A peaceful dissolution is the next recourse. Peaceful, kí ló ń pè ní peaceful? Ká ṣe ní kájọ jókòó, èèyàn kan ní Koiki, ká jókòó. Yes, we can sit down with Tinubu if he's honest, but not in Nigeria. It has to be outside in the United Nations or wherever. I mean, you know, definitely it could be his team. We sit down. Let me see if I can pull out that letter. Behind another 1 hour, Tabati our open phone line. Yoruba self-determination movement. Yeah. About letter sí Tinubu ní May 2025. Public letter to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of Nigeria, Yoruba self-determination movement. Your Excellency President of Nigeria and the most eminent son of our Yoruba nation today. Àwa ìran Mokima Yawa Adeseun Adelani Mofitotogin Grandma. Àwa ìran representing millions of Yoruba people, ní Yoruba land, ní diaspora across the world, títí dé Cuba, Brazil, Argentina, Portugal. Just reasoning, every other group takes advantage of the peace in Yoruba land. And bidding their time to dominate and control the peace. Igbo fit dominate wa, gbogbo ẹnu ni wọ́n fi sọ. I love the Biafra. I want them to stand on their own. But tabashi wa no Nigeria, Igbo máa ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe láti dominate wa lórí ilẹ̀ wa. But taba ní country tiwa, ta allow káwọn náà ní country tiwọn, ó máa difficult fún wọn láti dominate wa. There are some people that want to dominate that land because wọ́n mọ̀ pé ilẹ̀ tá à ń rí yẹn yàtọ̀ sí pé a máa ń sọ pé ilẹ̀ ọlọ́ràá ni oníkinní kan tàbá náà ó jù yẹn lọ. Ìyẹn mo ṣe sọ fún wa tẹ́ bá rántí nínú program tá a ṣe láìpẹ́ tí mo sọ pé mo lọ sórí, let me pull it up quickly, UNPO X handle, X yẹn ni Twitter. And tó bá follow me lórí Twitter, ẹ gbìyànjú kẹ́ follow me, Koiki Media. UNPO, let me go and pull it up. I will continue to do more program around that area. And that was on the láti July 8 lọ poste aṣàlàyé fún wa nígbà yẹn pé Igbo nísìn fẹ́ rename àwọn àdúgbò kan tẹ́ pé tá careful within the next 10 years wọ́n máa sọ di Emeka community. Ṣẹ́rí bá ṣe ń gbọ́ Fúlàní community, ìgà Fúlàní, ṣégà Fúlàní ló máa ń pè wọ́n, àbí Aba Seriki, a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní Ondo state, Aba Igbo, Aba Hausa, and many like that. When across the world, unrepresented nations and people continue to face the systematic replacement or suppression of traditional place names by state authority, is strategic that target not only geographic but also cultural identity, historical memory, and communities, ties to the land. Àwọn máa ṣe in a systematic way. Àwọn kan máa ṣe with force. The Igbos will do it in a systematic way, but the Fulanis want to do it with force. Àwọn fẹ́ lo ìbọn kó fi gbogbo agbára tó wà lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ìyẹn ni the late Malafia ṣe sọ pé tó bá jẹ́ tówó, I forgot it, wọ́n lówó lọ́wọ́. Network wọn le gan. Network wọn le ni wọ́n ní helicopter tó ń park, tó ń drop oúnjẹ fún wọn àti àwọn kan ìjà. Ìyẹn làwa wá jókòó là ń ṣeré, à ń sọ di máa sọ fún wa pé Yorùbá nation kò ń ṣe life and death. When I'm an Igbo community, they will eradicate us. They will push us out systematically. Àwọn máa lọ máa gbé owó wá náà wọ́n ṣe investment, wọ́n push our out. Yes, we want a Yoruba country where investment will be, but we don't want them to come and dominate and take our land. Ebi kọ́ mo kúkú sọ, UNPO náà ti sọ, mo ti ṣí oyin, lo software, but bí a later tí bá máa tún ṣe program, I will connect everybody back on the software. Èyí tí mo tún fi ń lo phone, because lánàá yẹn mo ń ṣe a lot of editing. Come on, clean up Koiki Media YouTube channel. We're working on some things because we realize that it has too many copyrights and so many things. So I might reduce most of the videos I use that are not mine. So we're trying to bring it back, to stable. Arantan sono niye. With Nigeria only work. How do we clean it? Can't dissolve. And inú dọ̀tí ó dá bóyá Koiki tó bá jí láàárọ̀ sórí ibi tó dọ̀tí yẹn kò gbà lọ báyìí, but eléyìí tó dọ̀tí kọ́ mo tẹ bá rí nígbà tá park táwọn èèyàn bá jẹun tán wá pọ̀ jù sójú títì àwọn wonder pé okay tẹ́ bá jù sójú títì it took me bí a torí pé mi wà abroad I live abroad everything that we were using I was trying to put it in the plastic bag and tie it up there pé okay tá bá débi tí a lè dispose ẹ̀ bàtà dé petrol station tó ń refuel ẹ bá mi ju eléyìí sínú bin but others were just throwing it on the street and I'm wondering ṣé àjọ̀nù ló máa yọ kí yín tẹ́jú sí ojú títì yẹn ó lè wà ń bẹ̀ for the next 1 year especially in plastic bag ó lè cause havoc ó lè ṣe many things damage. Content wà gan tó bá yẹ pé mo fẹ́ máa ṣe tó bá yẹ pé mo ṣe Yorùbá nation content pọ̀ tíyàn lè máa ṣe nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tó máa ṣe mind èèyàn. The Koiki Media can do a lot out of it as well, but the resources here. There are many things that we can start showing you. Temari, gbogbo tẹ́ ń rí lórí àwọn Linda Ìkejì Túndé Ednut ìyẹn kọ́ ni organic o tẹ́ bá fẹ́ rí organic táwa bá ní funding yẹn màá show yín ní raw footage of organic tó ń lọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá at least bó jẹ́ state kan la bá mú máa rí pé nígbà tá à ń padà bọ̀ tá à ń bọ̀ láti Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ yẹn ẹ̀mọ̀ pélé tí ń ṣú wọ́n wọ́ndà pé ṣé life lè ṣá eléyìí ò ṣe life. Nothing seems to be planned. I mean, mo wonder pé ṣe bọ́n bàbá wo lọ́wọ́ ní master plan. Kí ló dé táwọn governors yẹn ò lo master plan yẹn láti fi develop gbogbo, I mean, ọlọ́kadà ṣe tiẹ̀ báyìí. Benin Republic gan tó jẹ́ pé small country ó wà organized. Tẹ́ bá dé Ghana ó wà organized. Tẹ́ bá dé Côte d'Ivoire ó wà organized. Gbogbo ẹ̀rí bàṣà. That is not a life. So agenda àwọn ẹ̀yà ni pé kó gbalẹ̀ yẹn mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́. Bí Peter Obi bá débẹ̀ tó di president, ó máa ṣe worst ju èyí tí Tinubu náà ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Tátìkù bá débẹ̀, a ṣe ju Buhari lọ. Tinubu gan wà níbẹ̀ kò satisfy àwa so kí wá ní àǹfààní when Buba Galadima told us that Igbo has an agenda as well, so don't come and talk nonsense here. Indama Morel, you have agenda to take Yoruba land as well. I'm not stupid, okay? Abikilo wants to see me. Share any agenda, and you have an agenda to take Yoruba land. You think we are stupid? Agenda. If it dominates Bubule Yoruba. Yes, Buba Galadima also said what Buhari said, but does that mean that Igbo doesn't have an agenda as well? You guys have an agenda. You think Yoruba people are stupid? Eja agbalẹ̀ tí agba country wa tán. Yorùbá ní ẹjẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ lé ẹlẹ́yọrọ lọ́nà. No, mo ń bọ̀ wá explain fún ẹ. Iṣẹ́ ṣé ìwọ ló gbé mi sórí bí jókòó. I'm coming to explain that to you. I'm coming. Jókòó sí bíbá mo ń bọ̀ wá ṣàlàyé fún ẹ gbọ́. Mo ń bọ̀ wá ṣàlàyé fún ẹ. Yorùbá ní ẹjẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ lé ṣé ìyá mi ṣé mo gbà ká kọ́kọ́ lé ẹlẹ́yọrọ lọ́nà tán. Ká tó wá padà sí òun lọ́rọ̀ tí because Yorùbá ní a lè ti gíná méjì at the same time. Ẹ jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ gbalẹ̀ wa tán. Tá a bá gbalẹ̀ wa wá mọ̀ tá máa ṣe. Ṣìbẹ́ ilẹ̀ bàbá wa ni. Yes, Buhari told us he was coming to take Fulani to remain in Yoruba land. But ẹ̀yin náà lájẹ́ndà. Ṣé ẹ̀ lájẹ́ndà ni? Mo sọ pé kémi explain fún ẹ. Ìwọ ló gbé mi sórí ìjókòó bíbá ẹ ni. Mo ń bọ̀ wá ṣàlàyé fún ẹ. Okay? I'm coming to explain to you. Can't live together. Could possible. Tá a máa gbé together. Gbogbo Igbo tó bá máa gbé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá gbọ́dọ̀ sọ èdè Yorùbá ni. Tó bá ti lè sọ èdè Yorùbá wọ́n ní láti gbé. Gbogbo Igbo tó ń gbé èmi máa ń rí wọn ní Turkey. gbogbo wọn ti kọ́ èdè, àwọn tẹ̀ máa ń kọ́ èdè dáadáa. Tẹ́ bá dé Germany, Igbo ń sọ German burúkú. Simon Ekpa náà Igbo ń sọ Finnish. Ó gbọ́ dáadáa gidi ni o. He's a politician in Finland. But tó bá dé orí ilẹ̀ tiwa, ó fi kọ́ èdè tiwa, èdè tí wọ́n lọ fi dominate tilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Wọ́n fi èdè tí wọ́n fi dominate wa. Gbogbo wọn lọ́la agenda. Wọ́ọ̀dẹ̀ ready láti padà lọ sílùú tiwọn. Wọ́n á nítorí pé we are one Nigeria. So one Nigeria fún wọn ní right to live, work and live anywhere and do business. But tabagba country wa, not everybody has the right to live in the UK. Ìyẹn ni UK ṣe ń deport àwọn èèyàn. Why is America deporting people? Not everybody has the right to live in America. So yẹla ṣe ń sọ fẹ́yìn tẹ́jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá pé ẹ jẹ́ ká gbàdúrà ká fún wọn láyè kó pull out. Kó tó bá pull out yẹn, òun ni àwa máa láǹfààní àti lè ṣe ń ta fẹ́ ṣe gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè tiwa. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìyá mi grandma, Obi and Atiku will be worse. Nothing can work. Tinubu gbọ́kàn ṣe. Obi yẹn kẹ̀rí bá 419 gidi tẹ́ bá rí olóṣèlú tó jẹ́ 419 òun gangan ni. Let me do one term. How can you fix Nigeria in one term? So possible. Is Nigeria going to be fixable for 4 years? Where do you want to start? We're talking about a system that Britain has corrupted with the Yoruba politician, Igbo politician, Ewo Otom. Remember I did an interview with Otom. You would think that Otom is an honest man. Baba criminal ni gbogbo wọn látòkè délẹ̀. Ẹ má dá lọ, ta ló di Igbo mú kó má lọ nísìn. We want to go. You have not gone anywhere. You are still in Nigeria. And we are not our kind of problem. Yoruba people are not your problem. You want to go, go. Who is holding you? All these Igbo will come and attack Yoruba people. You are the one holding us together. You go now. How about it, fellow? But they can't go anywhere because Yoruba land ó ti ràn mọ́ gbogbo wọn lójú. Gbogbo wọn pátá. Ìyẹn mo ṣe sọ pé ọ̀nà méjì ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni ìbọn ni Fúlàní ń lò, but èyí táwọn náà ń lò tẹ́ bá walk it down ẹ rí pé tẹ́ bá fún Igbo láyè in another 30 years wá dominate gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátá. Ẹ ní rí mú mi. I will say the truth. Èmi ò ṣọmọ àlè. Èmi ò dẹ̀ ṣe Máyégún general tó lè sọ́tọ̀. Ọmọ gidi Yorùbá lèmi. I want Biafra to stand and I will support them on that. But lórí pé èyí tó fẹ́ Biafra ó lè ní. Igbo tó bá ní wọn fẹ́ Biafra ó dẹ̀ púpọ̀ nínú wọn dẹ̀ fẹ́ Biafra mọ́. Because wọ́n fẹ́ kí Peter Obi náà wá di president. Kọ́ lè rí agenda yẹn mú jáde dáadáa. Just like bí Tinubu náà tẹ́yìn kan rẹ̀ pé Tinubu máa fún yín ní agenda. Tinubu is not going to give anybody agenda. Tó bá ń dúró pé ọmọ Yorùbá o Tinubu dàbí olè tó ń jí nǹkan tó mọ̀ tó fẹ́ fi ṣe òun lọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu. Olè tó ń jí nǹkan ó jírí tó bá wọnú lé nísìn tó bá jí rìmọ́tì òkè bí àwọn àrílò lọ́dọ̀ tiẹ̀ bọ́ kí ló fẹ́ fi ṣe. Òun ni bàbá kí tó sọ fún mi pé olè tó jí kàkàkí ọba ẹ bá wa bí pé kí ló fẹ́ fi ṣe. But what I want is that thing you are saying. Bondage 50, picture, lifestyle. Ìwọ tí wọ́n náà pé 50, bó tẹ̀lé ṣe tó Bondage, ó jẹ́ kí wọ́n náà lè celebrate kó pàdé ẹ. But we know all these are, how they operate. Just put somebody there front and then operate at the back. Ìyẹn mo ṣe ṣòfìlà lẹ́ǹkan pé tí bá tún ṣòfìlà yìí nísìn. Bó ṣe wà yìí nísìn tí bá tó bí yín nísìn pé kí ló wà lẹ́yìn fìlà yìí ta ló tún lè sọ tó wà lẹ́yìn fìlà yìí fún mi òun lọ̀rọ̀ lẹ Yorùbá fìlà tí mo fi wọ̀nyí nísìn ta ló tún lè sọ nǹkan tó wà lẹ́yìn fìlà tí mo fi wọ̀nyí ẹ lè mọ̀. So agenda Igbo nílẹ̀ Yorùbá àwọn náà lágenda Fulani agenda kò kúrò ń bẹ̀ àti mọ̀ yẹn. It has been there for decades. Fìlà náà ló tún wà ń bẹ̀. So all I can pray is that we, the Yorubas, will rise up together. Àṣírí kọ̀kọ̀ Elédùmarè mú kí ẹ káàárọ̀ sà. We will rise up together and pull down the structures. A kò fi ṣe tọmọlúàbí ni. But at some point, that might stop. How soon? We're still on it. Dé kí la wà lénìí, ta ló mọ̀? As the Yoruba Nation mega rally continue to forge ahead. Dé kí la wà lénìí, ta ló mọ̀ kó wá sọ? Dé kí ni Yoruba Nation mega rally, dé wo la wà lénìí, ta ló mọ̀ kó wá sọ? Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ jáde níjọ́ Tuesday. Day 44 la wà lénìí. That means kó ti pé 44 days. No, 43 lànà grandma. We were 43 yesterday. Aziz Shakiru mo kí 44 la wà grandma. Ó ń sún kẹ́rẹ́kẹ́rẹ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn dàbí tí President America bá wọlé, wọ́n á ní the first 100 days. 41 kẹ̀, ẹ ti miss ẹ o, 44 la wà. I post it almost all the time just so that nobody thinks that it is already done and dusted. Every day, la man post it síta, mo tẹ̀tí post it àárọ̀ yìí. Màá kọ day 44 lẹ́ni, Yoruba Nation mega rally. At some point, it will become bigger and bigger. Kò ń ṣe 42, day 44. Only díẹ̀. But the bigger picture is ọ̀nà tí gbogbo 2027 tí kò ní ṣe fún àwọn olóṣèlú, ó ní pé káwa náà make sure pé a gbìyànjú gbogbo tí Ọlọ́run fún wa lágbára. I understand. I am not, you can see that I didn't block you, and I'm also responding to you. I have no issues with the Igbos, but what I'm saying is that let them have their Biafra. We have our Yoruba country. We take full dominance of our land. That's all. Igbos lives in America. They're doing very well. Just like Yoruba lives in the UK. They're doing very well. But what I'm saying is that everybody, as even Yoruba people, if we have opportunity, we take your land as well. It's human nature. I don't want a land where our people is subjugated because of other indigenous people. I want us to trade. I work with a lot of people across the globe. I don't say just Igbo people. I've lived in the Western world, so I know what it means to live with others. I travel with people on the aircraft from different part of the world. She's like, this person where they put my seat together, I don't want to sit together with them. But there's agenda. Yoruba has agenda. Tinubu is running that agenda. It doesn't favor the Igbos. It doesn't favor Hausa. Fulani are not certain. Even as much as we disagree with Tinubu, the structure don't be learning. Well, like it, they're not comfortable. I want to start seeing the sun as it's coming out. The beauty of Africa. You let him more there. In another 30 minutes, it becomes fully bright. Agenda Tinubu nisin is affecting. Okay, àwọn tó wà ní Canada, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni grandma, they are still in day 43. You can see that, but in day 42, Mr. Idris, àwọn grandma nìkan ni only right láti sọ pé àwọn wà ní day 43 because àwọn tó wà ní Canada, they are going towards the mid-morning. Kí ni time nísìn grandma lọ́dọ̀ yín? The world is a beautiful place. I pray you travel out of Nigeria and understand why we want freedom. I have a lot of videos that I'm still going to upload on my visit back to Africa. Yes, I understand. The seaport is the reason why they're there. But again, if you go to Ondo State, where our people are now complaining a lot. You would understand it's not just about the seaport. I have somebody in Canada right now. See the intimidation that they are giving him on his land, the Igbos, in Ondo State. And Ondo State is not Lagos. So when we talk, I'm not talking about, people think that when somebody like us is talking, we are comparing it with the Igbo in Lagos State. But I'm looking at it from outside Lagos, Ogun State, Oyo State, Osun State. Adeleke was almost going to sell our Osun Osogbo to Igbo people. And that's our own heritage. So you're telling me that there's no agenda. We know that Adeleke has an Igbo blood. We know what Akeredolu's wife did in Ondo State. So when I'm talking, I'm not talking from Lagos State perspective. I'm a journalist, and I'm not stupid. I love the Igbo people. I want them to have their Biafra, but they will dominate us. But I don't want to use it as an eye mark of my broadcast all the time, because I am not Mayegun, and you're not paying me for this service. You pay Mayegun, and that's why he talks nonsense on his program. He can't come with factual right of what he wants. I want a Yoruba country. I want Biafra to go. I want Middle Belt to go. But Mayegun Montofe, we cannot continue to do analysis and be pretending that the real deal is, no, we can't restructure Nigeria. Tinubu is not going to restructure Nigeria. If anybody is waiting that Tinubu is going to restructure Nigeria, we are wasting your time. Okay, Baba Diaspora Brooklyn. One, it is 10:32 p.m. in Canada, and another part of Canada, it is also 11. I saw that as well. I think 11:31. So that means two different parts of Canada, two different timing. So the agenda is real. And we are not one. This is what we are saying to Yoruba people that always come and say, we don't want Igbo, but we still want to be in Nigeria. No, you will have Igbo in Nigeria. We will have Igbo in Yoruba land, but under a new government that will respect them, but they will respect the law of the land. Simple as that. Just as they respect the law in the UK. They will run business in our community, in our land, but Ilewanye cannot be taken away from us. So that's the reality, and that's the fact that cannot be denied. I guess I should Akeredolu married from State, Ambia village. Okay, I didn't even know that, but I know that they said the wife is from Beni Babami Adeoye. Day 44. Now, Ashiwa Lori, the topic of the day. But Baba Kitoye told Tinubu in his letter in May that there are things that can happen if you do not accept the dissolution of Nigeria. There are things that can happen. Many things can happen. Because this coming election, if Tinubu rigs it, it would also bring chaos and war. Yeah. Now that Ejeka take our mind whether Buhari died in 2017, let's go with the official that he died in London some few weeks back. Let's go with that. Now, Buhari is the godfather of the northern politicians. After Sultan of Sokoto is Buhari. Nígbà tí Buhari ti kú nísìn, it gives room for everyone that are worried that if they move out of the APC because of Buhari, because even if Buhari was still alive, and I'm not going with the format that he died in 2017 that they told us, I'm going with the one that we know officially. It will be difficult for Buhari to come out and denounce not being part of APC anymore. Ṣé nǹkan tí mo ń sọ yé wa? Ẹ mọ̀ kó ó máa ṣe díẹ̀ pé kí Buhari jáde. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá máa dúró ti dúró, kò sí àní-àní kankan bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ ṣé gan bàbá mi Ọlárìnwájú 1980 lórí Instagram. Yoruba self-determination and more of àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n ti ní interest ju ti tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ because reality ti ń dawn on them. Èyí tí bàbá Akíntóyè ń ṣàlàyé fún Tinubu ni pé no matter what you say, as the president of all Nigerians, which we are, I'll call it Nigeria, but officially, Nigeria is still a country, like I always say. Officially. Globally, Nigeria is recognized as a country. There's no word that says Nigeria is not a country as at today, as at now. We can only pray that it breaks out as quickly as possible, and that is the beauty and the power of what we are doing. Láti ṣí ọkàn àwọn èèyàn wa slowly and steady, láti opt out kúrò ní Nigeria. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn baba ńlá wa, because in tá à ń ṣe yìí kò ń ṣagbára wa. Àwọn tó nílẹ̀, àwọn onílẹ̀, àwọn ni ká dúpẹ́ fún, for giving us the privilege láti jẹ́ kí a tètè mọ̀ pé ojú ọ̀run la wà látijọ́ yìí. Ẹni tó bá gbogbo audio mi pàdé tí mo ṣe láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ àti fi síta báyìí, ẹ bá mi make sure pé ẹ̀yin náà bá wa share kó kárí ilé. Mo ní láti lọ ṣe coffee. Mo ní the coffee báyìí. Mo fẹ́ ṣí phone line mi, so I must switch phone quickly. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Instagram. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Canada o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé. Gbogbo ẹni tó darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní Ìbàdàn, láti lọ sí Ọ̀yọ́, láti lọ sí Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. Yoruba land is a beautiful place, but it is not comfortable to live in. I mean, fẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà nílé, ẹ lè má really notice, but I know a lot of you now are becoming consciously aware of that. But fẹ́yìn tó wà ní diaspora, kódà tó bá wá gbé nílé gan, after some time you will start thinking, the system is wrong. As the president of all Nigerians, Baba ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, you ought to listen. O gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́n tá à ń sọ. Tinubu might not accept, agree. One in Hong Kong, yeah, I know that, it's 1:33 p.m. Ilé ayé lẹ́yìn wà lọ́hùn yẹn. My mom used to travel to Hong Kong, I've said it many times, in the 80s. Bí mo máa mọ ìlú kan tó kún máa kọ́kọ́ dá mọ̀ pé mo yàn ń dàgbà lẹ́yìn America, Hong Kong, because ibẹ̀ lọ ti máa wá ra ago níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. Tó máa lọ ń tà fáwọn alágo ní Jankara. And that woman ran out of Nigeria in 1990. Mom see me salon in 1992. Yeah. Left her children, put us in boarding school. The family then, especially Aburo Mom see me, he was not comfortable with that. She might travel or joko, Mom see me no. In town wo ni Louis. O malagbara díẹ̀ o. Is a foresight. Foresight yẹn nísìn là ń pariwo nísìn. Àwọn kan torí pé ẹ̀yin wà comfortable ní Canada, ní America, ẹ̀ ń rí dollar fi ránṣẹ́. Èmi náà send because channel wa kan gbogbo owó tó sọ fún mi ní àná 199 pounds. WD76 àwọn super chat ẹ máa ń send sí wa yẹn. So kò ń ṣe owó kan tó ṣe gbẹ̀gẹ̀rẹ̀ kan. So mo send 70 pounds síra mi nínú ẹ̀. Oko change kékeré mo fẹ́ fi díẹ̀ àti rí 200,000 naira tọwọ́ owó ẹrù tí mo fẹ́ gbà 675 ni. Sèmi náà mo ṣáà ń towó yẹn jọ. Bá ṣe ń tùjọ náà àwọn kankan tún jẹyọ. So mo ṣáà ti save 200,000. I should need the 475,000. Kò mo fẹ́ make sure pé mo gbẹ kò tó bá ti máa fi di next week. Kó má lọ wọ́dún mortgage. So mo fẹ́ gbẹ̀rù yẹn jáde ó pẹ́ jù lọ́la lágbára Ọlọ́run. So táwọn yẹn bá rò pé bí a jókòó sórí YouTube à ń gbowó máa ń wọ́n dà pé nonsense. èyí tó yẹ kó fún wa lówó gidi Koiki Media kò fún wa lówó ṣé £199 lówó kò ra ticket mi wá sí Scotland tí bá máa wọ plane to and fro bọ̀bí tí mo fi lọ kọ́ nìyẹn. The foresight pé bàbá wa Ìgbòho jáde nísìn pé kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá dá dúró kó ní òmìnira tiẹ̀ kó ní security tiẹ̀ kó lábò and the same thing ni bàbá Akíntóyè náà fẹ́ the same thing ni gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá fẹ́ foresight yẹn àwọn kan náà wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe mọ̀ pé irú àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n máa gé ka jẹ tí àwa kan ò bá continue tá à ń ṣe yìí tó bá yẹ pàwọn náà kọ́ give up pé ok ẹni ẹ̀fẹ́ tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ ìbí máa padà lọ sí lifestyle tèmi gbé ni èmi ti restrict lifestyle tèmi nísìn torí iṣẹ́ tèmi ṣe nísìn olóyè náà ti restrict lifestyle ẹ̀ gbogbo a ní lifestyle tá à ń gbé tẹ́lẹ̀ kí n tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ movement but the same thing lè máa wá sọ after 30 years because kò ń pẹ́ mọ̀ sí mi sá kúrò Nàìjíríà ní 1992 these are women that were traveling kò ń ṣẹ́nu. They were traveling with nothing less than $100,000 as at 1990. Kó tó lè make a decision pé òun máa fi business tó ń ṣe Nàìjíríà sílẹ̀. Mo ń bá sister mi, rántí pé máa ń sọ pé sister mi kan wà l'Amẹ́ríkà pé ó ná àwọn mẹ́ta ó máa ń sọ ó sì ń sọ dọ́là. Mo ní sọ state tó ti wá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ó ná àwọn máa mú investors wá. Àwọn máa sọ local government kan àwọn sọ di close to New York. Ó sì sọ àwọn sọ̀rọ̀ ní last week kí n tó travel ó dẹ̀ send owó díẹ̀ sí mi pé kí n fi kún trip mi ó ní family wọn kan tó wà nílé nísìn tó ní kidney problem mo wá ń bi pé báwo ni family yẹn ẹ̀wọ̀n páwọn olówó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀rọ èèyàn tí mo sọ yìí chief medical of young brilliant ọmọ Yorùbá ní Amẹ́ríkà so àwọn lè tọ́jú family wọn yẹn ó ń jẹ́ kó yé mi pé family wọn yẹn kó tó di pé ó ní kidney problem anybody can become sick at any point bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bàbá mi Yínká Ògúndélé wọ́n ní all these criminals are not for the masses I think all the police ó ní shopping tó máa ń ṣe fáwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ aṣọ tó ń wọ̀ Amẹ́ríkà ló ti ń rà kó tó di pé ó sick tó ní kidney problem yìí kí ló máa ń gbowó kúrò lọ́wọ́ èèyàn yàtọ̀ ságbà náà mo ń bí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa tàjọ mo kí àwa kó ẹ̀ka ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ka ojúmọ́. What is the major thing that takes money out of you quickly? Tí yàn bá ní owó ṣìgìdì owó nísìn ó wà ní bank ó ti ra lé oní góòlù oní gbogbo nǹkan. Thank you so much sister wa our sister from the Biafra àtijọ́ argue ó ti sọ níbẹ̀ nísìn oní Koiki health care. Thank you so much. Health and medication, sickness. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ á ráìsàn. Mo bẹ̀ wá, Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ká ráìsàn, but the globalists want us to be sick. Gbogbo wa la ní ìta manage o. Kò sẹ́ni tó ní tiẹ̀ lára. But what can treat us? Ó wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, but wọ́n fi jẹ́ kó jáde. Separate. Now, within months, this man that has that money that can buy clothes for the children, tó lè ra in town. Oh, mo kí bàbá mi, mo rọ́wọ́ yín o, bàbá mi Ọlárẹ̀wájú ẹ̀yin àtàlájì ní France. Send owó sí mi láti jọ́ tí mo ti West Africa, kò dáa rárá. Mo mọ̀ pé ẹ̀ ń ṣe sí gbogbo platform, bẹ́ẹ̀ máa rántí Koiki Media náà. Pé Koiki ó kéré gba 100,000 naira send owó sí mi kò dáa àwọn ọmọ lè challenge àwọn èèyàn mi ní wọn àtàlájì France lọ́wọ́ ẹ ṣe gan. Within time, owó ọ̀tá later everything kidney ṣe dialysis lè máa ń pè tó máa gba dialysis treatment ọ̀tá everything dànù mọ́tò everything pàdánù ìbíyàn bá dọ́là fẹ́ ló máa ní. If Nigeria was working, who takes care of the healthcare? Healthcare is not free in America, neither is it free in Canada. It is partially free in the UK, but they are trying to change it now. It is partially free in the UK, but it is expensive. In America, you must have health insurance in America. But I send the whole simio, mo fẹ́ gbẹrù jáde o, kò sówó tó kéré o, mo ń gbàjọ yan. Kódà kí má bàa náwó yẹn, mo ti kó 200,000 yẹn sí àkáǹtì ìyàwó mi nísìnyí pé kí má lọ ná. Ẹ̀hàn pàwọ̀ ọkùnrin, bówó bá ṣe ń wọlé, bùkátà oríṣiríṣi akọ́ máa jáde. Ẹ̀hàn tó bá dẹ̀ lójú àánú bíi tèmi báyìí, bówó yẹn ṣe ń wọlé báyìí, àtúngbọ̀n jáde ni. You're right, my sister, Nadana Murray. Health and medication. Ṣé rántí pé Adétọ́n, that our sister that called Tinubu out all the time, she said she was having headache or migraine, and they were almost going to operate it in Nigeria until she got to London because she has whatever right to get to London. And I believe she's not on visa, because you cannot go on visa and go to healthcare in the UK. So I believe Adétọ́n has resident permit or she has a British passport. I'm sure many of you saw that video. Come on, see me not send the same. One of the tablets that she said she was buying before she traveled, I think is at almost close to be $500,000 or somewhere around that range. So when I was asking this, my sister in America, about their family friend, Tony Kidney, well, they are praying that they find somebody quickly that can do transplants, you know. But for now, they are sorting out the dialysis part on behalf of the family. Then I now ask, you know, the wife, see, the wife is not doing anything much, because as at the time, this my sister go down with I trust Koiki views more than Mayegun. I like how you say things and how it is. Mayegun also say things, but Mayegun doesn't know what he wants, you know. Let us all focus on the breakup of Nigeria, but people will say, like Aisha Yusuf say, how can I remember I watched one of her video, you know. Let me not go that side anyway. The care in Nigeria. Hey, yeah. But some might say, but Koiki said, about country or no, are we not going to have the same problem? The problem of Nigeria is that OT big for federal to be taking care of it. Look, all your governors are not interested in your health care. In reality, if they are, I'm told that Katsina State government, I've been very busy, so I've not really followed lately the news, but on my way down to Ogbomosho, I was here, to Alaafin or your town. Nimongboti, you know, one of the drivers that took us says that Katsina State governor had an accident. I'm very sure now that they've flown him out, either to Dubai, Germany, UK, or America, to continue treatment. They will not tell you. They might tell you he's in Katsina or Daura or Abuja. He's probably somewhere abroad. Just like we saw Akeredolu before he died, receive his last treatment in Germany. Buhari died in London officially. Whether he died in 2017, I don't have the proof. But let's go with that. Talotuno and London, the same hospital with Buhari, Sheikh Abdul Salam. So what we are trying to say is that the longer Tabank person in Nigeria, the more Nigeria will pull us down. Most of you have planned for a better future for yourself, but Nigeria does not have that future for us. And the only thing that can happen is going back, because the topic we are discussing this morning, láti 5 a.m., láti wà lórí ìkànnì yìí, is called, no, I want to get this because I want to say what Baba Akintoye told Tinubu, but yeah, then I highlight it by Sile. So where is the other one I've been? Okay, yeah, only dissolution is the solution. I'm just going to read it quickly and we still do the analysis on it. It is time for us to exercise the power of sovereignty that we have wasted and sold under the guise spurious elections over the years. As Ango Abdullahi said in a summary in his various write-up, this 1914 amalgamation isn't working. Therefore, it has to be dissolved. A peaceful dissolution is the next recourse. This imperfectly 1914 amalgamation, this imperfectly amalgamated Yoruba groups of kingdom, the Caliphate, Emirate nations, the Igbo Republican state, and the other smaller nations have gone through continuous bloodletting, distrust, insincerity, and false pretense at unity, which is exactly the argument we had earlier with the Igbo sister that we said Igbo wants to dominate, they have an agenda. If they have their country, we can control that situation, but we can still operate as friends, business, marry each other. There's a distrust among us while we're living in one fake country, don't be Nigeria. There's no sincerity. We don't even trust Tinubu. Why are we going to trust Peter Obi? Tinubu will be our own. We don't trust him. Because we expect that Tinubu will even give us security in Yoruba land today. He hasn't given us security because many of our Yoruba people and other indigenous people, other tribes in Nigeria, was it yesterday I saw, because I've been busy lately with this upcoming event, quietly behind the scene, because some of announcement was not made, like Igbo announcement coming was not in the public at all. And when somebody like Igbo wants to move, you can imagine the kind of what needs to go behind the scene. I'm not talking about myself now. So we have been extremely busy. I had to travel down, extremely busy. I had to see Baba Akintoye. But there was a news I picked up yesterday again. I think about Mufilo Sori Facebook me, because I quickly posted it. I think it's about 30. Yes, I mean, there's no doubt about it. Somebody says Igbo always wanted to take over Nigeria. Look, the word Nigeria is the creation of Britain. And we will not be here talking about Igbo wants to take our land. Yes, we can if we have been alone as Yoruba people. But the fact remains is that Britain created all these distrust. Like I said earlier in the write-up of the, the bloodletting, we saw the, the civil war. Nigeria did not apologize to the Igbo people. They don't care about the Igbos. They don't give a toss or care. We're talking about the first Ogun, the war that was televised was the Biafra war. So they have a record. They've been there. They know what it is to be in the war. They also accuse Yoruba people that we supported it. We endorsed it. But all this is based on the fact that people were amalgamated that they were never meant to have been amalgamated in the first place. That would not have meant that they cannot be bloodletting, there cannot be distrust, and there cannot be insincerity. But what these old tribes, indigenous people have experienced in Nigeria of today, if Britain has left it the way it is, without amalgamating it by Lugard in 1914. Kò mean pé kò ní sí bloodletting. Kò mean pé kò ní sí distrust. Because what do I mean by bloodletting? We can have Igbo that have stayed as independent from 1914 till date without Nigeria. We can have a Yoruba that has been independent since 1914 without being in Nigeria. And we can have Hausa and Fulani. Does not mean that they can still not come in and do what we have just said. But could that be what we are experiencing today? I hope I'm making a clear message there. It will not happen, but in Tojekoa visibly to our face right now. Toyibo fi sọ pé ṣebí bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ ni ó ní kó máa fáwọn ní èyí báyìí. All this would not have happened. So the whole bulk of our problem is Britain, like I've always said. The problem that we might think of, we hate Igbo, Igbo hate us, we don't like Fulani, Fulani wants to take our land, we don't like Hausa. All this big problem is created by Britain. The question is why? We have now known the why. What is the solution now is the dissolution. Some people are now still saying, no, let's sit in confab. Let's talk about our unity. What unity are we going to talk about? We have known the solution to our problem. Let's talk about the 1999 Constitution. Are we the same people? Why do I want to be in a country with the same constitution? I want a Yoruba constitution. I don't want a constitution that represents me and Igbo people and Hausa and Ijo and all that people. I don't want that. I want a constitution that is written by Yoruba government. I want to be in a Yoruba country that represents me. I don't want to be in Nigeria because I am traveling now through London Heathrow Airport. I am questioning my Nigerianness now. That's it. Am I in Nigeria? Because as long as you are still in that country called Nigeria, whether you are there or not, as long as you are still being known as in Nigeria, when you are the only thing you cannot be in Nigeria is when you have nationalized to another man's country, like many of us. And not everybody has that privilege. Am I making sense? So I'm speaking on behalf of those that are not nationalized. Because when you go on British, I've told you, not everybody has British passport. All these your uncle where they abroad, none of them get American passport. And if you're in America today, I pray that you understand that things are becoming difficult with Donald Trump. We have had that people travel out of America. They cannot return back to America because they don't have an American passport. They are now stuck in Dubai, stuck around the world because they have what they call green card. Green card is not nationalization. It's just what they have given you that is superior to visa. With a green card, you can go in, come back, you have the right to work. With a visa, you cannot go to America and go and work. If they catch you, you will go to prison. The same thing in the UK. So this is the kind of what we will have in Yoruba country. People cannot just come in and say, oh, we're going to go to... But a Igbo man can travel from Inewi and come to Lagos and live in Lagos and nobody has the right to stop him. Yes. That's what we are saying. But I want the same person to come. But I want him to go and apply for a visa. Or if there's not going to be a visa because we have lived together as country to country, as country before, there will be what they call immigration rules. You can't just come in anyhow anymore. We've got to take your fingerprint. We need to know who you are. What is wrong in that? They don't want that. So they want us to sit together in confab and tell lies to ourselves. We will be well. By 2075, Nigeria will be great. The same country that put us in this mess is telling us Nigeria will be great by 2075. It don't make sense. And that is why I said lies. So going further in that discussion, a peaceful dissolution is the next recourse. Nations have gone through continuous bloodletting, distrust, insincerity, and false pretense at unity. Somebody we can say, Koiki, I marry Igbo, we love each other. Now you find that love, go there. That doesn't mean that we love them. That doesn't mean that they love us. Does the Fulani love us? No. Buba Galadima told us that death brought Buhari for their own agenda. And Yoruba people think it's a joke. And as we speak right now, according to Nigeria, they have carved out the Kwara part into North Central. They are not putting the... Do you see governor of Kwara State to come and have Southwest meeting with us? We know that Kwara is our own. But officially in Nigeria today, Kwara is not Yoruba land. Yes. Officially. Kwara State is not Yoruba land. Officially, according to Nigeria system of government. Because if there is kilodetics, Governor Owaba Shepade, when Sanwo-Olu Abiodun and the rest of the governors are having their own meetings, the Southwest governor, Shemari governor of Kogi State, no. That tells you that those two parts are not classified as part of Yoruba land. They have been put as the North Central part of the North. What Britain has done, tá bá tètè unbundle gbogbo wàhálà tá wá ṣe láyé, is a wasted one. I'm not talking about the Afe Logbe Lorun and Lo Si Heaven. No, I'm not talking about that now. Because I've not been there. I don't know what is happening there. I'm talking about the Yita physically that me and you can see. We are right here now. Our Layenisi, we can see it. We can see it, we can feel it. We can understand it. Why then are we not fighting towards it with everything that we have? With our strength, with our money, with our prayers, to make sure that this country dissolves and goes back to where it is for peace and less bloodletting. Kò mí pé kò ní sí ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀. Kò mí pé kò ní sí distrust. Kò ní sí sincerity ó sì máa wà. But at least we would have taken back Yoruba land and have a Yoruba government, a Yoruba country. Kí ló wrong nínú yẹn? Ó fẹ́ yẹn. So you are thinking that Nigeria that Britain created will be okay because you are looking at the diaspora that are Nigerians and thinking most of them are now British citizens. They are no longer Nigerians. Most of them. Most of those people that are living in the UK, to Europe, they are Nigerians. They are not. Okay, let me tell you, Kemi Badenoch. How many of you know our sister Kemi Badenoch? Do you know what she said recently on Nigeria? Should I tell you? Moki Awatiti Layo. 2 days ago, she's now currently trending. And I want to stop using videos for now because we're trying to work on so I'm going to read it out. So my team has asked us to reduce the amount of, using people's video. I can do my talking, I can read article, but we will stop using videos for now. Because I feel Jigu YouTube channel. So I might not be using a lot of videos as part of my broadcast for now, no matter what the video looks like. But I can read articles. Now, 2 days ago, in 24, right? July 22nd, African Report. Kemi Badenoch, the UK Conservative leader, citizenship statement, stirred anger in Nigeria. Kiloso, I'll read it out. Kemi Badenoch claimed that Nigerian women cannot pass citizenship to their children as sparked outrage at home, fueling long-standing criticism that she distanced herself from her country of origin to appeal to the British citizen. She does not see Nigeria as a country of her origin. She sees Yoruba land as a country of origin. She might not tell you this. So somebody like her is no longer seeing Nigeria as a country, whether you like it or not. She's seeing Nigeria as part of what Britain created for whatever reason. That she is now the leader of a political party that is number 2, that has been in government continuously until power was taken away from there. Let me read that again. Kemi Badenoch claimed that Nigerian women cannot pass citizenship to their children. Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the Conservative It's often called the world's most successful political party, maybe one of the most prominent black women in British politics today. In Nigeria, the country of our parent, the word Nigeria is what I, Olayomi Koiki, Babakitoye Igboho, YSDM, and all people in the right to self-determination is questioning that name, Nigeria. They could have said, if Nigeria was not put together in 1914, they would have told us in this article that Kemi Badenoch are parent from Yoruba land. But the word Yoruba land has been omitted. What is Yokuro? This is why I am telling you that every time I travel through the London Heathrow Airport, I am questioning that word Nigeria as my identity. Mukia Biyemi Ismaila Olaiton, good morning. Shimon makes sense. I'm questioning that word Nigeria. Kini Nigeria? Talo created láti bo síbo. So possible kó reverse o possible then kí ló dé tó fi reverse. Ìyẹn ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ mú tàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀ wá. Ìyẹn ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ di pé a fẹ́ para wa, a fẹ́ yìnbọn fúnra wa. A lọ bá wọn bá wa, a fẹ́ Yoruba nation. A fẹ́ security. Kí la máa ṣe sí? She is far from the universally admired. For many of our compatriots, she represents not a source of pride, but a cautionary tale of political ambition detached from ancestral royalty. The backlash against Kemi Badenoch intensified after she made a controversial claim during a CNN interview that was aired on July 20, suggesting that Nigerian law discriminates against women. Shoparo, you think that she's stupid like your politicians? You think that she's dumb like your politicians? She's not. Only òfin tó wà Nigeria, èmi mọ̀yàn nísìn láti as far back as more than 15 years ni mo ti mọ ọmọ yẹn lórí Facebook. Ó ní ọmọ tó ní disability. Wọ́n respect òun dẹ́fẹ́ kọ́ máa respect ọmọ tó ní disability. Wọ́n respect yẹ débi pọ́ fẹ́ respect ẹni tó ní disability. Taiwo Thomas, one of our own Yoruba World Media campaigner for self-determination, ó ní eyesight problem. Ṣé wọ́n respect the disability? A Yoruba government must look into all that from the day one. It is virtually impossible, for example, to get Nigerian citizenship. I have that citizenship by virtue of my parents. And as you can see, they're posting there, support Koiki Media. It is voluntary donation. Every little helps. If possible, I can make the payment today. We'll be able to raise 200,000. Somebody just ṣé mo pronounce orúkọ yín dáadáa? Eba mi kọ orúkọ yín dáadáa because I'm trying to pronounce your name, but inti mo rí bí báyìí bí a code lẹ fi kọ orúkọ yín jáde ni, because I know a lot of people use different things to write their names. I'm trying to put the name out. That important comment, but you know, Shafolabi ni abi. I believe it's Afolabi. Apholabe. I believe it's Afolabi. One of this statement from Kemi Badenoch is deep. Yeah, it is. Please support us so that we can get the goods that I sent from the UK out this Friday tomorrow. Hey Joe, at 200,000, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, I can get it out. It's not my personal stuff, low and bad. It's for the purpose of the movement. Especially, like I said, all these that we use and the leftovers, and these are quality ones. Lomoni UK, and a lot of other things, the flags, and a lot of things. Tiri 25-meter flag. Auntie me koni bi what me on ton taja ti ge o ti gbe sínú market to tin lo ti won. I don't know. You know, how can we be looking for a 25-meter flag? Ìjọba ta ló. mo wà lórí program ṣe wà wíẹ̀.
Okay, yeah, mo ti ṣe kan sí kíní Nàìjíríà yẹn.
Wàá ṣeré kò ní bàjẹ́ fún ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa.
Ok, máa ju sí kan sí ibà fún yẹn. Máa ju sí kan sí.
Ẹ ṣe gan ni ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká rí ẹrù yẹn gbà ní kí n sanwó ẹ̀ léèní ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo bẹ̀ yín ni. Ok, Babárìndé mo kí ló tẹ wá kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn Afọlábí Babárìndé mo lábẹ́ ṣe èdè Yorùbá lẹ fi kọ́ yẹn ni àbí I'm just inclusivity láti mọ̀ because bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe spell Afọlábí yẹn APHOLABEE mo fẹ́ pronounce ẹ̀ látẹ̀ nǹkan but ẹ mọ̀ kó má lọ kọ́ mi lẹ́nu kì má dẹ̀ lọ gẹ́ra mi jẹ. Mo tún bèrè lọ́yìn èèyàn wa máa ṣí phone line yẹn nísìn tó ní ages ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Koiki Media a máa switch sí bíbá yẹn nísìn so that a lè gba call. Ṣé kẹ́mi ẹ jẹ́ ká fi gbogbo citizenship gba citizenship I mean to get a British citizenship as well na big job o. I have told you my own immigration history back in the UK. I came to the UK on a visa, but it took me 15 years to fight immigration. Ó dàbẹ́, ẹ má tún sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, mo ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ ṣe gan ni. So, 15 years, and that's why I said that the average Nigerian that is living in the UK today, that doesn't want any interest, but look at that, and the same applies in Iletimo and the weather. I have not seen the sun yet, but on yet very far distance. But our cloud is covered. 15 years is not a joke. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń wá wẹ̀yìn ní Canada, l'America, ní Europe. Why is my phone? Okay. Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kó rọrùn kẹfìrí gbà. Kò ní tó length of time tèmi fi gbà tèmi. Mọ̀mísí mi máa ń sọ nǹkan kan fún mi pé nílùú òyìnbó ìwé làkọ́bí. Ìwé òun ni àkọ́bí, òun ni first born ẹ̀. Kò tó bá níwèé ló máa lè ṣe in tó fẹ́ ṣe fún family gan nílé. Ṣẹ̀rí nísìn pé Yorùbá land náà àwọn kan máa wá nígbà tí ilẹ̀ yẹn bá dá tá gbà wọ́n máa wá bó ṣe fẹ́ gba ìwé wa. Kò ní easy o. 15 years, yes, 15 ni mo fi ṣe immigration mi kí n tó gba pé ọ̀tẹ̀ máa kọ́kọ́ fún mi ní right pé ó yá ṣáà gbà ìwọ náà gbà bá ti fún ẹ nísìn ìgbà yẹn ló máa sọ pé ó ní right ìgbà yẹn náà ló máa jáde ṣáàtẹ̀mọ̀ pa máa ṣe lè tà ń ṣe 15 years 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 years. Ìwé dẹ̀ làkọ́bí ẹni tó wà ní tálí tó send owó sí mi nísìn tó bá ní ìwé kò lè ṣiṣẹ́ tó máa fi rówó send sí mi ẹni tó pè mí tán nísìn tó náà send changes sí mi lákàntì mi. Èèyàn lè wà ní abroad o èmi ò mọ̀ nípa yẹn o torí pé social media wà very very kọ́má ni Koiki sọ pé tíyàn bá wà lábroad tó bá ní kankan lè ṣiṣẹ́ illegal immigrant illegality ló ń ṣe yẹn o. I don't encourage it, but ó máa ń lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ká má fi gbẹnu sọ̀rọ̀. Má wàá pè mí lẹ́yìn tó pé Koiki ò fẹ́ lọ London ò fẹ́ tálẹ̀ bàbẹ́ o mo mọ bó ṣe ń gba visa o. Tó bá dẹ̀ kọlu àwọn staff mi tó bá gba owó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ó sanwó ọmọgọ̀ nìyẹn. I say it all the time because I know what I'm talking about. I don't know anything about visa. I don't do visa. I am not a visa agent. But tó bá wọlé sí UK, tó bá pè mí, bí àwọn kankan wà tí mo kàn lè ṣàlàyé fún ẹ tá bá ríra tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ orí fóònù. Bọ̀ máa rántí pé èmi tèmi náà jókòó 15 years. Imagine living in a country for 27 years. Oh, there for 15 years. Oh, why we? I cannot travel like I'm doing right now for 15 years. So when I now see that people are saying, why do we want Yoruba nation? Because I don't want anybody to just come to Yoruba land. Who the hell are you to command of No. If you come by boat, we will chop you back, just like UK has done with France now. But anybody that comes on the boat, they will send them back. How they're going to do that, I don't know. So Kemi Badenoch, accused of repeatedly aligning Nigeria, she will, because she doesn't think Nigeria is a country. She was born in Wimbledon. I saw MKO Sports Stadium and I said to myself, Ofege, empty. Kò ní training facilities kankan níbẹ̀ bó ṣe wà. In several speech rather, she cited the dysfunction of post-colonial African states in contrast to the virtues of Western governance, with Nigeria often serving as a primary example. I am a child of 1980. Okay, let's look at how old is Kemi Badenoch. Here in Hong Kong, you are not allowed to work. If you do and get arrested, you have already have criminal record. It's the same thing. Ìyẹn mo ṣe fẹ́ encourage pé káwọn kan máa nígbà táwọn gbọ́ Koiki Media wọ́n ní tí wọ́n bá wà abroad ó lè ṣiṣẹ́. No, ó lè ṣiṣẹ́ o. Tó bá ní permit. Visa ò fún ẹ ní opportunity pé kó ṣiṣẹ́ o. Mo gba 6-month visa, mo dé UK, mo fi lọ ṣiṣẹ́. Wọ́n ní work permit, àwọn èèyàn ló ti ń sọ níbà yìí torí kọ́ máa ní pé wọ́n gbọ́ lórí Koiki Media pé èèyàn bá dé abroad ìyẹn lè ṣiṣẹ́ tó bá ní ìwé, ó lè ṣiṣẹ́ o. My platform is big and I know what people will take out of it. I saw somebody on TikTok. I don't know why he pick up my picture. Plane. Join a visa agent. Imagine somebody would think that I endorse somebody like that. That's why I said, to buy a visa to read picture me I'm not endorsing any agent for visa, because I know some of them I will see it, some of them we might not see it. We know how our people are. Yoruba Thomas sọ pé nípa ká tó document àwa Yoruba la mọ̀ pé ìyẹn lolúwọlé ṣe wáyé nígbà kan mo mọ̀ bí ó ṣì yẹ exist ní sin gbogbo náà la máa ń gbọ́ olúwọlé wọ́n máa ń to document níbẹ̀ ni bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ la fẹ́ lọ. How many people are born in 1980? Ẹ kò bá mi sọ pé yes lórí comment section. I just want to bring something out of it quickly lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Kemi Badenoch tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ lọ yìí. Ta ni wọ́n bí ní 1980, around 1980, or ta ni wọ́n bí ní 1990, 10 years after that, the same thing náà ṣẹlẹ̀ méjèèjì. Ta ni wọ́n bí ní 2000, year 2000, ẹ ṣì wà ní the same bracket. Ó di 10 years of twice. Tó bá bí ẹ ní 1980, ẹ bá mi fi sí comment section. Tó bá bí ẹ ní 1990, ṣé 1980 ló bí ẹ̀yin Mr. Francis? Okay, anybody else? Ṣé mọ̀ pé ó yẹ kẹ́ ti jẹ́ leadership kan nínú Nigeria, tẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ need anybody pé ẹ sanwó fún àbẹ̀dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún. Kemi Badenoch was born January 2nd, 1980. Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa Ayọ̀dèjì. And she was able to walk her way now, and she's now the leader of a big political party. Do you think that Nigeria will give you that same opportunity? Pẹ̀lú àwọn jẹgúrújẹrá tó wà ń bẹ̀. Ìyànkùn bàbá mi jẹ́ mi even in ibi táwọn wà ó difficult. So going back to Kemi Badenoch, only I am a child born in 1980. Lagos was a place where almost everything seemed broken. Do you hear what she says? Only òun tó bí ní 1980, and Lagos was a place where almost everything seemed broken. She said this at the 2024 International Democracy Union Forum in Washington, D.C. At the Conservative Conference last year, she told delegates, ó sọ fún gbogbo delegate, but in tó ti gbàgbé ni pé country tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ìlú tó wà tó jẹ́ bẹ̀ lọ bí òun sí àwọn lọ create o tó fi wà dysfunction tó bá nìkan wà dysfunction ó wà lára pé a drive láti ibì kan tí bá ní mo fẹ́ yàgbẹ́ láàrin méjì yẹn wọ́n máa ní kí n bọ́ sójú títì kí n yàgbẹ́ ni torí kò sí motorway park tá a máa yàgbẹ́ sí dysfunction country ní Nigeria dysfunction ni kò dẹ̀ lè work but àwọn olóṣèlú máa disguise pé bá ṣe tún fẹ́ lọ ṣe election yìí a máa ṣe gbogbo tẹ́ fẹ́ fún yín irọ́ ló wà níbẹ̀. Ó ní childhood in Nigeria was filled with tales of horror. Ẹ rántí nígbà yẹn tó ní ọlọ́pàá gba bàtà lọ́wọ́ àbúrò òun kankan táwọn kan bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń bu tó ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Ẹ rántí pé olóyè náà sọ fún Nigerian government kó ṣọ́ra kó fi sísítà wá sílẹ̀ Kẹ́mi Badenoch kí ló ṣe fún yín ṣó parọ́ ni ṣé Kẹ́mi Badenoch parọ́ ni kò parọ́ náà. At 3 hours, the program will come to an end. And we are just just 4 minutes. So that bí àwọn staff mi kan tún jáde, mo fẹ́ lọ monitor àwọn staff mi kan ṣì wà ní Ìbàdàn báyìí, ó ti padà sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ torí mọ́tò wa tó break down nígbà tí a gbé lọ sí Ọ̀yọ́. So mo ní láti lọ béèrè pé ibo ni wọ́n bá ṣẹ́dé kó lè tètè padà sí ilé torí àwọn ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ wọn. Brother mi Fẹ́mi Adéyẹmí wọ́n ní ọmọ 1980 làwọn mo tẹ́ mọ̀ pé wà mo ti sọ̀rọ̀ yín náà kọjá pé gbà tá sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá àwọn máa ń share program mi ẹlòmíì ẹ̀rù ń bà láti share program pé ó yẹ kí o mọ̀ pé ó dẹ̀ mọ olóyè Ìgbòho ẹ fọkàn yín balẹ̀ gbogbo náà la ní lọ́lọ́run wà pẹ̀lú ẹ má bẹ̀rù lórí ìrìn àjò yìí mọ́. British West African passports were issued to Yoruba people post 1945. Even up to Musoni àbúrò mi tó bí gbẹ̀yìn sí UK òun ni last born wa látọ̀dọ̀ mọ̀mísí mi 1980 lọ bí òun náà but ní UK but on private hospital not NHS. Mọ̀mísí mi san £70 a night. Kódà mọ̀mísí mi sọ fún mi pé doctor tó operate àwọn nígbà tó bí last born wa Tókunbọ̀ ní London kò tètè dé theatre room farabalẹ̀ kó gbọ́ bíbá yìí kò tètè dé theatre room wọn náà miss timing yẹn gbà tí mọ̀mísí máa deliver. So traffic kò jẹ́ kó tètè dé clinic tó ti máa operate ó padà débẹ̀ bọ̀ kò tètè dé ní ó yẹ kó wà níbẹ̀ at the beginning arrangement tó ṣe nìyẹn pé a máa bímọ lọ hospital lẹ o private clinic ni o ìwọ ló máa gbà mí lẹ o ó pẹ́ by some I don't know how many minutes but ó pẹ́ kò tètè dé. Mọ̀mísí mi ní owó táwọn kó fún tó san sílẹ̀ pé a fi bímọ kò ń ṣe NHS irú àwa nísìn àwọn táwa bí orí NHS làwa bí sí mo sanwó but à ń san tax. Bàbá mi fẹ́ mi nísìn àwọn san tax iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe wọ́n san tax èmi náà san tax fún ìjọba gbogbo iṣẹ́ tí mo ti ṣe ní UK after tàti gbàwé mo ti san tax. So tí ọba láǹfààní pé a lọ sí hospital inú ẹ̀ lọ ti tọ́jú wa. Wọ́n ní nígbà tí ó dé ó apologize pé kọ́ máa bínú pé nǹkan kan àwọn dẹ̀ òpó kìí àgbà tó bímọ tán tó tún fún àwọn ní ó fún wọn lówó padà nínú owó táwọn san làwọn ń bí pé why ó wá ní lọ́ọ̀ ni ẹ̀tọ́ ni pé nígbà tóun ti mísì díẹ̀ nínú timing tó yẹ kí òun wà níbẹ̀ òun gbọ́dọ̀ dáwó padà ó dánú owó tí mọ̀mísí mi kó fún ó dá padà fún wọn. This was in 1980 nígbà tó bí younger sister mi. Because I question my mom, kí ló dé tó bí mi sí London? Because ní tó bá mú yín bí last born wá sí London ní 1980, ìbí mi ṣáájú ẹ̀ wáyé, wọ́n ní Nàìjíríà wà okay. Ìyá tó ní Nàìjíríà wà okay, which is okay nígbà yẹn náà lóòótọ́. Ìyá yẹn ló wá padà japa ní 1992. Ìwọ wá ṣe ń sọ fún ọmọ ẹ̀ tó ń jáde tó ń pariwo pé kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá dúró pé Nàìjíríà máa dáa. Yorùbá yẹn ó stink, kò smell nice. Mo rówó ra perfume ní duty free nígbà tí mò ń bọ̀. So èyí tí mò ń lò tẹ́lẹ̀ ní London mo gbé wá. Ó mọ perfume, ó mọ kó má smell nice. So èmi wá ń sọ fún wọ, mò ń pariwo pé ká gbára wálẹ̀. Ó wá take mi ní 15 years. So mọ̀ pé tó bá bí èmi náà sí London, mo tẹ̀lé máa ronú bí ṣe ń ronú yìí. Torí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó bí sí London nísìn tá à ń pariwo self determination, wọ́n ronú. Àwọn ò gbà. Ó dẹ̀ rí bẹ́ẹ̀ because I remember my younger sister become very in broadcasting. Nígbà tẹ́mi dé UK, òun ṣáájú èmi padà. Pé bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ bí òun sí, òun ní British passport. Abẹ́òkúta grammar school ló lọ. Ó dẹ̀ brilliant gan. Last born wa. Brilliant first ní GSS. Ó fẹ́ wọ GSS 2 ló padà sí London. Nígbà tẹ́mi wá dé UK, elder sister mi ti wà ní UK. Ó dá àwọn méjì. Èyí tó jẹ́ tó bí tẹ̀lé mi, ìyẹn bẹ́ mi lọ́hùn ni. Ó take younger sister wa ní time láti understand ní tán pè ní home office immigration. Kò yé. So ẹ má blame àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n ti understand self determination tẹ́ fi ṣàlàyé fún nínú ilé pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá there's a place Yorùbá because mama wò yí báyìí pé mom why you giving Koiki Media money? Kò lè yé wọn. Nígbà tí àwa náwó immigration, it took my younger sister time to understand that what is immigration? Ó wá ṣe lọ study kí ni purpose of this immigration. Àwa rí pé fraud ni bí Dr. Kemelu lawyer. Because ìlú tó Nàìjíríà bí wọ́n ṣe sọ kò jẹ́ kó lọ anywhere in the world kó disrespected. Malaysia mo ń sọ fáwọn kan nígbà tí mo wà lọ́dọ̀ bàbá Kítóyè ní ìjọ tí mo lọ yọjú sí wọn. Malaysian citizen, Malaysia tẹ̀rín yẹn, ọmọ ìlú Malaysia, Israel nìkan ni kò ní right láti lọ because wọ́n ní relationship pẹ̀lú Israel. Kò sí ìlú tó bá lọ títí dé ní o, visa on arrival ni, aṣoṣù mẹ́fà, a wọlé, a ṣe oṣù mẹ́fà gbáko, a dẹ̀ jáde. Malaysia. Ìwọ wá ń sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa dà, Nàìjíríà will change lórúkọ Jésù lágbára wọn nílẹ̀, inshallah. Ọmọ tuntun ẹ̀dà ìrọ́ náà pa fúnra wa. Káwọn ìyá wa tó wà ní Canada rẹ̀ lọ sùn. Ilẹ̀ ti mọ́ sórí pọ́rùn yẹn ó ti jáde. Áfíríkà lọ pé bí ó bá wa lára mu. So Kemi Badenoch before we go said, and I quote, ó ní ìgbésí ayé tóun gbé níwọ̀nba díẹ̀ tó gbé nínú Nàìjíríà, ó ní it is filled with tales of horror. Ta ló mọ̀ tán pè ní horror? Tó bá wá mọ̀ tán pè ní horror, I'm sure pé púpọ̀ ní wa ti wo horror film. Tó bá wo horror film, kò sí bó ṣe lè ní àyà tó, ẹ̀rù máa bẹ̀. Torí ìtọ́ ṣe fún nìyẹn pé kó wà horror. Now, what are the horror? Kí n kọ fún ẹni díẹ̀. Sister wa tó jẹ́ lawyer, Bọ́láńlé Rahim, ó ti gbàgbé, èmi ò ní gbàgbé. Wọ́n yìnbọn pa accidental discharge lọ́nà pé ìbọn yẹn. Pam! Ìbọn jáde lọ́wọ́, ó jáde lára ọlọ́pàá táwa ra ìbọn fún láti fi ṣe ààbò fún ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà bó ṣe sọ fún wa. Ó pa ní December bí i 3 years ago. Kò wá tó wá pa òun nìkan, ó lóyún nínú twins. Ṣé o rántí yẹn? Tolúlọpọ̀ Arótilé, the first helicopter combat pilot, Nàìjíríà náà ló train ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run ló mọ ìlú tó ti lọ, because to become a combat pilot, ìwọ náà máa yàgò pé kọ́ máa yìnbọn pa ẹ́ nínú plane helicopter, because àwọn kan ní àwọn Boko Haram náà ní kíní yẹn pé olùsì ọmọ àlè yẹn ló ń bọ̀ yẹn, ó yá wọ́n wá rí i pé wọ́n rí pa lókè pẹ̀lú gbogbo wọ́n máa ń fún àwọn terrorist ní ibi tí Tolúlọpọ̀ Arótilé máa gbà kọjá, wọ́n wá rí i pé wọ́n rí pa lókè, wọ́n wá ní accident for reverse wọ́n pa ó di méjì. Mohbad tí gbogbo wa ń pariwo, Mohbad tó ń kọrin wọ́n pa léni nísìn àmọ́ tó pa akọ̀ ń gbọ́ ẹni tó pa lélẹ̀ wọ́n rí solution sí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ó di mẹ́ta. ṣòrántí pẹ̀lú mi ọmọ journalist kan nígbà EndSARS wọ́n pa wọ́n lọ dọ́ǹpù òkú ẹ̀ sọ́nà Ìkòròdú ó di mẹ́rin. Uncle Bọ́lá Ìgè wọ́n pa, Fúnṣọ́ Williams wọ́n pa, Délé Gíwá wọ́n pa, Kudirat Abiola wọ́n pa, MK Abiola wọ́n pa. ṣó dìgbà tá a bá dúró kọ́ pa gbogbo wa tán àtúpàdé nígbà míì. Mo kí gbogbo èèyàn pé ibi tá a máa rí sí ní àárọ̀ ẹ̀ ní self determination ẹ̀tọ́ wa ni. Wọ́n ní ọ̀rọ̀ mi ìpọ́njú ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ̀kú Yorùbá tèmi ò dá púpọ̀. And this is why we are saying let us exit now. What kind of database did the British collected from the Yoruba people during the British Southwest Nigerian Protectorate of 1907? Under what or whose authority did they issue any form of ID? Ẹ mọ̀ pé mi ò kàwé sharing tẹ́kọ̀ yìí ẹ jẹ́ ń jí lò ẹ ní bínú ni bàbá mi wà rí ìjìnà dùn ẹ ṣáà jẹ́ kí mi jí lò kí n lọ fi sínú kí n lọ email ẹ̀ síra mi. Àwọn kan wá ní ẹ ṣáàtì ní country tẹ́ fi lọ issue passport. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó dẹ̀ kàwé nìyẹn tán náà nílà káyè. Ṣé rí pé wọ̀ ní we deassociate ourselves from the Yoruba people that produce passport. Wọ́n wá ń bi yín nísìn àwọn jẹ́ sáré sẹ́ndé lé kí n má lọ gbàgbé máa email ẹ̀ síra mi ni so that a lè máa rí lò. Wọ́n wá ní ta ló fà wá ní right pé ká lọ issue passport. Àwa ń bi àwọn náà nísìn pé ta ló fún British data wo ni wọ́n fi kó gbogbo passport jọ tó fi rẹ̀ sí issue passport ní 1907. Ẹ ṣé gan ni gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Ọbẹ̀ Elédùmarè àdúró tí wa Abíọ́dún Monday mo kí yín. What kind of database did the British collected from the Yoruba people during the British Southwest Nigerian Protectorate of 1907? Tó o bá tẹ̀ lo owó ńlá lélẹ̀ ọ̀nà ti send 200,000 sí wa àti ní 400,000 nìyẹn àlèparọ́ tó bá yẹ pé owó yẹn ti dé lóòótọ́ o kò á ní 200 kan tẹ́lẹ̀ bàbá wa ṣé ọkùnrin ní àbí obìnrin ká má wọn náà ti send 200,000 so àti rí 400,000 so tá a bá rí mọ̀mọ́ yẹn tí brother mi náà send but I'm sure tí gbogbo àwọn tó kù náà bá bá wa fi díẹ̀ sí owó yẹn á pé lé ní ká lè gbẹrù yẹn tó bá ti gbà wá bá mi ṣe fídíò wá sẹ́ndẹ̀ ẹ̀dẹ̀ rẹ̀ àwọn nǹkan tó wà nínú ẹ̀ ìtọ́ sẹ́ndì sí mo tẹ́ jẹ́ bisikíìtì àwọn nǹkan tèmi náà máa jẹ tí mo mú àṣìwà láfíríkà ẹ̀dẹ̀ tí lọ so mo kí yẹn ṣe gan I'm very grateful I appreciate everyone kò ní rẹwà kò ní sú wa ẹ má ẹ̀ka ní any reason that the movement has died sọ pé gbòòwò ń bọ̀ I didn't announce it on this platform only reason tá a ṣe announce it maybe the next one might be announced. And the next one, we don't even know what might happen. Ọba tó náà wọ́n fẹ́ kí Tinubu wà níbẹ̀, right wọn ni like I said yesterday, kò ń ṣe táwa fẹ́ nìyẹn. In táwa fẹ́ àti sọ fún wọn. I don't think Tinubu should go for 2027. I believe ọkùnrin ẹ ṣé gan ni mo dúpẹ́. I'm very grateful. Z-Best ẹ bá mi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn wọ́n fi 200,000 ránṣẹ́ sí wa pé Koiki ẹrù tó náà fi gbà yẹn ó náà ti ní 200 mo fi 200 kún kò gbọ́dọ̀ pẹ́ náà kó tó rí àwọn tó tún máa jámọ́ fún ẹ níbí ẹ ṣé gan ni mo appreciate it. Let us hold on together. I want us to have the best country. And that means that we need to put it together like this. Distraction oríṣiríṣi lè fi jáde and conquer. I already told you, let's focus. Baba Akintoye is doing his best and we must support him. Igboho is doing his best, we must support him. The YSDM and all the other groups. Gbogbo group tá a bá dárúkọ ẹ má fi ṣèbínú. Thank you so much. Wọ́n dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o, bàbá wa Darapọ̀ ní ká máa kí yín. Orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ní kíákíá. Ẹni tó bá ya picture mi, tí ẹ ya picture mi nígbà tí mo wá sí Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́, tẹ rí mi, tèmi ò rí yín, tẹ ya picture mi, ẹ jẹ́ send ẹ̀ sí mi. Mo kó gbogbo ẹ̀ papọ̀ so that a lè fi ṣe documentation pé lóòótọ́ Ọba Elédùmarè wà pẹ̀lú wa. I'm sure very soon we will all see again. But I know you wanted to meet me, touch me, feel me. I wanted to, but èmi náà ní Koiki o lè má di èmi náà yagiri fún wọn ní kílódé tí mo lè ẹ̀rí gbogbo òran ẹ má fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ ẹ má báyọ̀ kankan jà You know, people are excited to see us. And she angel and she malaika, but they are happy. Arákùnrin tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lélẹ̀, ẹlòmíì tẹ́ ọ̀pá. I'm sure pé bọ̀bọ̀ ìkúrú báyìí. Ẹnu ẹ ṣe wá gbó báyìí. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti ní kí n má búyàn mọ́. Wọ́n ní kí n calm down. I will try as much as possible again and try láti organize a YouTube wa padà. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o. So probably maybe in the evening we'll probably have another section again so that àwọn tí ó wà l'Amẹ́ríkà náà ti sùn. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ibi tẹ́ ti ń hustle mọ́tò Dangote ò ní pa yín o. Fúlàní ò ní jí wa gbé o. Daily bread làwọn èèyàn ló ń ṣe ní Nàìjíríà. Kí ni mo mean by that? Tó o bá jáde ò jẹ́ òun lọ́rọ̀ Nàìjíríà. Ìyẹn la ṣe ní náà kò lè work bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ kí mi náà lọ relax padà látago 5 láti wà lórí ètò 3 hours straight talking about dissolution is the solution, not 2027. I hate Tinubu. We're telling him the fact. Break it up, dissolve it, kó gbáyé. But ẹ mọ̀ wọ́n ní ẹni tó jí kàkà kí ọba ẹ bá mi parí ẹ̀. Mo kí ìyàwó Margaret Ìbíjọkẹ́, and on that note, bye for now.